tap, Drake. Good positioning. Drake, a senior, now gets to serve with a 5-2 lead. Oops, miscommunication on the Jackets. Almost made that work. That was a nice one-handed smash by the Jackets, but it wouldn't quite cooperate. Quite get over the net. That was a good attempt. Get the metal support, but you can do that. And that was a good job by the Jackets. Hit the back line. .63 the score. Yeah, the back line judge said it was in, and from up here it looked like it may have caught the line. 6-3, Vernon now takes serve. Good deep serve for an ace. 6-4 your score. Well, last year in the Braves' 6-win season, they won at Freeport, they won at Chipley. They beat Laurel Hill and Rutherford in the Chipley tournament for a couple of wins. They beat Vernon here, and they beat Chipley here. They beat Chipley 2 out of 3 times, and that was their victories. Braves went from 4-5 on the year to 6-16, so what is it, 11 of your last 13 are losses. They hope to avoid that here. 6-5 our score, and that floats out. Walton was a little off center there. Braves now up 7-5. Walton got turned around a little bit in that action. Riley Council comes in to serve. Council, a junior. And into the net. Well, he's not having much luck there. Makes it 7-6. Two games here at Walton, 3 at South Walton, and 3 at Freeport. Walton will be involved in one each at Freeport and South Walton, so we'll see them 4 times, and the Braves hit it too long, 7 all. Like to show a lot of the head-to-head matchups, good rivalry games. Braves got that one to float over just barely, and the Jackets put it on the line. And the Jackets have their first lead, I believe, of the night at 8-7. 3 straight. Jackets have a few fans here, but not many. And got lost in the rafters, but Jackets played it over and got the winner. And it's 9-7. Jackets showing a little life. And that goes wide. Braves caught a break there. Each team with 8 service mistakes. So again, that's kind of neutralized itself. 9-8 Vernon. Runge to serve. And a winner there for Runge. Tied at 9. We've been the closest that we have been to the 10th point of the night. And it's going to be 10-9 Walton. Well, I said that a little early, but I don't, now I'll never get that back. Nope. And it's 10-9, Walton. Lungies come up with some nice serves. Changed angle. Good job of the Jackets to pop it up. Good movement by Walton. The toss across, and that's going to work. Nicely done. Now 11-9. Regular season, you have a chair umpire, a scoreboard side umpire, and then you usually have two students calling the back and part of the sidelines. Hasn't really had too many controversial calls so far tonight. It's not a good set. Locked back, and Walton somehow gets the winner. 12-9. That was good to stay with it by the Braves. And an ace. Walton now makes it 13-9. He had a nice run, though. Got him to 13-10 with the lead after trailing. In comes Jenna Adams, number 4, a junior. And I go right after Adams as she checks in on the first shot. Jenna, the niece of fellow class of 87 graduate at Walton, Paige Adams. Ashley Adams, her dad, Walton grad. And the Jackets pop one into the net. And it kills you momentum there. You make a nice play, and then you put it into the net. Walton back, and Brannon will serve. 14-11. Sarah, oh. Got a break there as the Jacket had that one just eat her up on the back line, or near the back line. 15-11. Brandon next to Tamara Safo has probably had the second best serves on the evening. Brandon took a little something off that time. Missed it deep. Brandon, a great job to keep that alive. And a good work by her teammates. And Walton didn't get the point yet. One of the more competitive points of the night. Another wrister to the middle. Some nice rallies after a very quick first set. Of course, that was the first set of the regular season. One of the longer points of the night, and the Jackets got caught up with each other. And give Brannon a gold star. Served it and saved it. And has Walton up now 16-11. I think we might have a rotation error on Walton. That gives the ball over to the Jackets. So lineup mistake. And it's 16-12. Walton up 4. It's going to be 5 as the Jackets are in the net again. We've now hit 10 service errors by my count to 9 for Walton. Made it 8 for Walton. Will be Bianca Safo. And Safo's into the net. So my 9 was prophetic. It was coming. 17-13. Braves 8 points away, though, from a set sweep. angle for the Braves to try to get the cross kill. 17-14. Braves again struggling. I believe that's Amelia Macron, number 10, who's found a few service winners. 2-point game. We saw that in the second set before the Braves went off on a tear. The Jackets get this point. Oops. Adams. 17-16. She's serving well. 1-point game. Adams, good job. It's tapped back, but they're going to call that a catch and throw. Yep, a lift. So we are at 17 all. Jackets a chance to take the lead. Brannon able to go get that. Set it to the far side. Brannon, good position again. They'll kick it to the opposite side. And Walton gets the winner. Finally breaks Macron's serve. It's at 18-17. Good hard toss back by the Braves. Walton mishit it, but got the point as it hit on the line. If they hit it as hard as they wanted, it probably would have gone wide. A fortunate break for the Lady Braves. 19-17. We've got Tamara Safo serving. That never hurts for the Braves either. Uh-oh, she hit it a little long, so it hurt that time. Too much power on it. 19-18. So I believe we had the leadoff servers for both sides. Braves up 1, but it's tight in the third set. The Braves up 2. And the Jackets helped them out with a big one there. Drilled it into the net. 11th service mistake. Now it's Drake. 20-18 Walton. Serve, handled well by the Jackets. A little tap over. Good job to keep it going. And Drake drills it down the sideline. That was a nice rally by Walton. We'll see the Braves at least 3 more times on our game of the week. And I'm sure I'll have some highlights on Saturday Sports Line, which airs at 9 a.m. each Saturday, of the team as well. And some other matches. Stay really busy for the next 6 months. TV station. Newspaper, it's always busy, and right now it's 22-18 as we are getting closer to the end of the match, perhaps. Be careful about stating that too soon, because Braves have not iced it away, although it's getting there every second. It's 23-18. So we got a game point perhaps here. And the Jackets will burn a timeout. We will keep it here, knowing that the next point will end the match for the Braves. And again, a hot streak getting ready to get finished. Getting ready to finish it up. 1 point away from a sweep. Braves took first game 24-16, second game 25-16, second game 25-17, so I guess it'll be appropriate if it winds up 25-18. That means Vernon will improve by a point since the first set. And the Braves will have a fairly secure start to a 1-0 record. Braves won their first match last year in 3 sets at Freeport, but then lost to Freeport in 5 sets here after winning the first 2 back on September 26th, about 11 months ago. And there it is. Lady Braves take the 3rd set by a 25-18 score. Walton going to 1-0 on the season. Nice job by the Lady Braves. So 25-18, it's a clean sweep in game number 1 of TV 24. We will see the Braves next week with the Freeport Bulldogs. Again, they dress alike, but it probably won't be that easy. And it wasn't super easy, but it was comfortable. Probably won't be that easy next week when Freeport comes to town. Those matches rarely are. Braves closed out with the last 5 points of the match. They were very good about getting hot late in the match. That's a good trend you want to keep going because that's how you win those close matches at a later date. 1-0 start for Marla Brooks in the 2018 Varsity Lady Braves. The JV won also, I think, in 2 sets, if I remember. So they are also 1-0. I want to thank my daughters, Emily and Jillian Casey, for running the camera for us tonight. They'll be back on duty with the Walton football team, taking on Panama City Mosley, the 2018 opener, coming up in just a few minutes on this Thursday night. I'm Patrick Casey. We'll see you for Game of the Week number 2 in a week. Braves in a sweep over the Yellow Jackets on TV 24.
Tires, and more tires. National Tire Brokers in Defuniak Springs has the largest inventory of tires in Northwest Florida and South Alabama. Michelin, Goodyear, Toyo, Kumho, BF Goodrich, Cooper, and much more. Check out their low prices on quality products and services. Established in May of 1976, National Tire Brokers' reputable staff of trained professionals has given their clients the safe, dependable performance with their premium tires. No local dealer stocks more RV and truck tires than National Tire Brokers. No one. Quick, convenient, courteous service. That's National Tire Brokers, your truck tire headquarters, Highway 90 West, Defuniak Springs.
Danny has integrity.
Danny is fair.
Danny is honest.
Danny's always been a good pastor here, been a good friend, and he's just all around good person.
He's a Christian man and as honest as the day is long. Danny has proven leadership.
Danny Glidewell has a vision for Walton County to help with the infrastructure, to help with jobs, to help with the housing. On voting day, me and my family and my church are voting for Danny Glidewell.
Hello everyone and welcome to TV 24 Sports presentation of Florida High School Athletic Association High School Football. It's the beginning of the 2018 regular season for varsity football, and the Walton High Braves begin their 98th season of football tonight. It also marks the earliest the Braves have ever played a regular season football game in the school's 98-year history. This August 23rd date beating by a couple of days their earlier mark. And it's going to be a tough one, opening in the brand new Tommy Oliver Stadium against the Mosley Dolphins, a team that the Braves are 0-3 against. Tonight will be their fourth meeting. The Dolphins winning last season in the game versus the Braves at Everett Yates Memorial Stadium. But our crew getting set up and ready for kickoff, which will be at 7 p.m. on this Thursday evening. Braves opening a day earlier, as Tommy Oliver Stadium is shared by not only Mosley High School, but Panama City Bay and Panama City Rutherford, using it as a home field. Usually that means Thursday and Friday night games in this facility, and Walton drawing the Thursday contest. The first of two Thursday night games the Braves will play. The other will be back here in this exact same venue in late September when Rutherford will host the Walton High Braves. Walton Braves football countdown to kickoff is brought to you by Bass Style Shop, which is located at 858 Baldwin Avenue in Defuniak Springs and is open from 8 to 5 Tuesday through Friday and 8 to 1 on Saturday. For your beauty, cosmetic, and personal care needs, stop by to visit their location uptown or call 892-5389 to make an appointment. Connie Strickland can take care of all your hair care needs and barber needs as well. They have walk-ins on Fridays and Saturdays. That's Bass Style Shop at 858 Baldwin Avenue in Defuniak Springs. We want to thank Connie for being a longtime sponsor of our pregame show. And if I'm not mistaken, Connie is a Ponce de Leon graduate, but supporting Walton High School as a business owner in Defuniak Springs. And she wishes the best of luck to the Walton Braves, not only in football, but all the sports that our athletes compete in, as well as our county-wide athletics at Paxton, Freeport, and South Walton at the high school level. So countdown to kickoff brought to you by Bass Style Shop. And we appreciate them sponsoring our 30-minute preview show. We tape the pregame show when we go on the road to give us that extra 30 minutes to set up, because a lot of the facilities that we go to, and this is an exception, we wind up outdoors in the elements, so it's a little more difficult. We can't always take the full equipment that we use for the home games. We have a booth at home. The brand new press box at Walton opened last year, here at Tommy Oliver this year. So we're very fortunate on the road in the stadiums that have the better facilities to do it more like a home game. And this game is expected to be a live football game here on TV 24. That's not always a for sure thing when you get involved with trying to do ball games, because sometimes you don't have the facilities, sometimes you don't have a strong enough cell phone signal, using the internet to send it back to the station to get the video and audio through. You need a strong signal. We've been fortunate. The Braves schedule has taken us to locales of late where that has not been much of an issue. And this new state-of-the-art facility, which cost, I think, somewhere between $12 to $15 million to redo the stadium, the field, and a new press box, we're getting a chance to look around and get set up and should get ready for that 7 o'clock kickoff. The Braves will be an underdog in this matchup tonight. They have never defeated Panama City Mosley, as we said at the beginning of this pregame segment. Not a team that the Braves have seen many times over the years. The series started in 2013. Now, these are regular season games only. Those Kickoff Classic games are exhibition games. 2013, Mosley beat Walton here on this site 28 to 14. The next year, Mosley came to Everett Yates and posted a 26 to 13 win. Now, the two teams played in 2015 and 16 in a Kickoff Classic, but again, those exhibition games, not part of the regular season series. Last year, just the third meeting, Mosley taking a 42 to 13 win over the Braves. So 0-3 lifetime against Panama City Mosley. Braves have lost twice at home, once on the road. This is the second year of the two-year scheduling cycle, and we'll get into the football schedules for our area teams in our next segment. But hopefully the Braves will be able to surprise us tonight. They are significant underdogs. We can't argue that point. They are definitely underdogs in this matchup, and we're hoping that the Braves can maybe pull a stunner tonight. Now, entering this 2018 season, the Braves coming off a 2017 year that saw the club go 3-7 under Coach Jimmy Ray Stevens, and If you haven't tuned in or pay attention to the Defuniak Herald, which I also write for, the Braves lost Coach Stevens. He took a job with the Orlando Alliance Football League, an offensive line coach for Steve Spurrier and the Orlando squad that will start play a week after the Super Bowl in February of 2019. So moving in for Coach Stevens is Coach Bobby Moore. We'll talk more about Coach Moore in the rest of the pregame, but we want to wrap up Coach Stevens' career at Walton. Consisted of 6 years with a 32-31 record. Last year, the Braves struggled to a 3-7 mark, winning against Arnold, Freeport, and Chipley for their 3 victories of the year. The Braves were 2-4 at home, 1-3 on the road, and last year featured the first year that the FHSAA had done away with districts and gone to regions. And we'll talk about the Braves region again a little bit later on in this pregame show. The Braves against Mosley lost 42-13 on August 25th in Defuniak Springs last year. Not a great night for the Braves by any means. And the Braves record this decade, which runs for the last 8 seasons, 2010 through 2017, we're only 2 seasons away from finishing up the decade of the 2010s. And Walton just 2 seasons away from their 100th season of football. That will come in the 2020 season. Never thought we'd be here for our 27th year of football, but we are. The Braves, to recap, are just 40-44 this decade, so they're averaging 5 wins and 5.5 losses in the past 8 years. The Braves did win homecoming, though, beating Chipley 48-34. Jaslyn Jarrett was last year's homecoming queen. Chris Eronimus was the homecoming king. The Braves scored just 194 points in their 10 games, so they averaged 19 points a game, but unfortunately gave up 357, nearly 36 a contest. The only player returning that led the Braves in one of their 5 categories, that's the top rusher, passer, receiver, interception leader, or sacks leader, is senior Jacob Runge. He led the team last year with 2.5 sacks for 12.5 yards, and the bright point of the season was the Braves' 48-34 win over Chipley in the homecoming game. It marked the 8th consecutive victory in the series by the Braves, a record since the 2 teams first started playing in 1922. Kentrell Parker, the junior, ran for 200 yards and threw for 2 touchdown passes to Ian Cole, who has left Walton High since the spring to play at Niceville. Well, that caps our first segment of the Bass Style Shop Countdown to Kickoff. We will take a break and come back with segment number 2 as we get ready to start the 2018 season here on the only place where you can see all the action, Hometown Television, TV 24. Back in a moment.
Hair, facial, and nail care from the proven professionals at Bass Style Shop. Clip cuts, beard and mustache trims, neck and facial hot lather shaves for men and boys. Bass Style Shop is your place, ladies, for complete beauty care. Shampoos, cuts, styles, perms, colors, and foiling. Brow waxing, microderm abrasion, eyelash extensions, permanent eyebrows, and eyeliner. Manicures, pedicures, and acrylic nails. Bass Style Shop, established in 1948, is located at 858 Baldwin Avenue, downtown historic Defuniak Springs. Call 892-5389 for an appointment, and walk-ins are welcome.
Everyone loves a bright and cheerful smile. Not everyone can find the dental care they need and can afford. Now there's a place nearby where anyone can receive professional quality dental care at an affordable cost. The Lecom Dental Offices in Defuniak Springs is now accepting patients. You will receive care in comfortable state-of-the-art treatment rooms, care provided by supervised and experienced Lecom dental students. To schedule your appointment, please call the Lecom Dental Office, 850-951-0200. We will be happy to see you smiling again.
Start our second segment of the Bass Style Shop Countdown to Kickoff pregame show by taking a look at the varsity schedule for the Walton High Braves. This Walton football team playing here in Panama City on August the 23rd. Again, the earliest opener in Walton football varsity history. Fairly obvious from doing the research there. The Braves will be back here on September 27th. You look to the midpoint of the schedule, they will play Panama City Rutherford also on a Thursday night. here at Tommy Oliver Stadium. Braves will not be as big an underdog in that game as they are tonight, but the Braves make 3 trips to Panama City. If you look at September 7th there, and the teams in the yellow are the teams Walton beat last year, teams in white, the teams that they lost to, and that holds true for Freeport and South Walton schedules as well. The Braves go to Arnold, which is a little further west. Arnold actually in Panama City Beach, whereas Tommy Oliver Stadium in Bay High, the stadium on the campus of Panama City Bay High School, who is the only Panama City team they're not playing of the old 4 teams here in Bay County. The Braves going to Mike Gavlik Sports Complex just 2 weeks from tomorrow night, from Friday night. They'll play Arnold, a place where they lost 12-9 in a very odd game just a couple of years ago, winning, though, last year at home. That was the game that the Hurricane, one of the Hurricane's threats we had, nearly knocked out. Thankfully for the Braves, they got to play at home, and they won one of their 3 wins against the Marlins, who will be looking for revenge with the senior quarterback Cade Ledman. We'll talk more about Arnold in a minute because they are playing South Walton on Friday night. Now, this schedule, we see South Walton come in next week, so it's kind of neat for Walton. They play South Walton and Arnold the next 2 weeks. South Walton and Arnold play each other, so it'll help the coaches when they start looking at the tape to break down South Walton. They'll be able to break down Arnold at the same time. That's their next 2 opponents, so maybe a little scouting break there for the Braves, getting to see both their next 2 opponents play each other in the opening week of the season. The game with Freeport up here on September 14th. Bulldogs have never beaten the Braves in a varsity regular season game in Defuniak Springs. They have only 1 win overall against the Braves, that down in Freeport back in 2005, but will try to come in and pick up a win at Everett Yates Memorial Stadium for the first time in the regular season. Braves' September 21st game is against Mariana, one of their oldest rivals, along with Chipley on their schedule. I believe the first game between Walton and Mariana was in 1925. That'll be Hall of Fame night. We'll honor the 6th class for the Walton Sports Hall of Fame. That'll be a fun night to bring back some of the old great legends. The 1928 baseball team, the first team from Walton County to ever make the state playoffs, the Final Four, in fact, in that 1928 year. Being honored. A lot of their descendants will be on hand for that. We've been able to round up a few, so a special night there. October 5th, homecoming with Port St. Joe. That's a tough vote for homecoming, but a nice date. Late enough in the schedule to get a little taste of fall, perhaps. Not too much to be cold. And, of course, the way the season starts these days, you really don't play into November as you did many, many years ago. Holmes County is the senior night opponent. We just saw them last week. The Braves technically won the kickoff classic, but the varsity did get outscored 27-14. The JV was up 21-0, 35-27 your total final score, which is the way it's supposed to be reported. Not a real big deal. The game doesn't count. Tonight, that all changes with the Mosley High Dolphins. The Braves will end up at Chipley and at Bluntstown. The Braves won 8 straight against Chipley, looking for number 9. That could be difficult. Chipley and Bluntstown played in their kickoff last week. Bluntstown shut out the Tigers 23-0. As of right now, you could say the Braves' 3 toughest opponents, 2 will be their first and last game at Mosley and at Bluntstown. And Port St. Joe might be the 3rd best team on this schedule that the Braves will face. So at least getting Port St. Joe at home after a rough outing against the Sharks last year. That was the first time the 2 teams had met in 25 years, from 1992 to 2017. They'll play again for homecoming on October the 5th. Let's go down the road to Freeport. It's been a weird week for the Bulldogs. They lost their running back, Kwan Powell, to Vernon. Some bad blood there. Didn't want to play Vernon and were able to negotiate a buyout deal. Scheduling conflicts, the official reason, but just not a good situation when you lose a Division I player to a rival school and then have to open with them. Some people, not happy the game was canceled. Others say it's for the best. Regardless, the Bulldogs now play a 9-game schedule, and Sean Arndt's team will have an extra week to get ready for Pike Liberal Arts, which will come to Freeport on the 31st. So now the Bulldogs open really with 3 straight home games. They played the kickoff, lost to South Walton 28-14. Again, the score not that relevant. Week off, get ready for Liberal Arts, who will come down. Holmes County on the 7th. That's going to be a tough matchup after seeing Holmes County in person. they will be favored in that contest and have had a lot of success against Freeport over the years. Bulldogs go to Walton. That'll be a tough one on the 14th. The 21st at Graceville might be their best chance at a win, other than perhaps Pike Liberal Arts. I don't know enough about them to handicap that one. The Bulldogs beat Snook Christian last year. They get them on the 28th. That's another possible W. Chipley, October 5th. The Bulldogs have had little luck against them, but maybe this is the year playing at home. Bozeman on the 19th. The Bulldogs got an extra point block by graduated junior Carswell last year to snatch that game away in overtime. And they go to Jay. That's a tough one. Bulldogs rarely do well at Jay, the 26th. And wrap up with a Northview team who got beat by Vernon 40-13 in Northview this last week. Northview expected to be better, but had a rough one against a Vernon team that might be the team to beat in rural Class A in the north end of the state. To South Walton schedule. Phil Teza has a 10-game schedule, and it's a tough one, opening with the Arnold Marlins, a team that beat the Seahawks 44-10 last year. Overall, the Seahawks have never beaten Arnold. They're 0-5 against them lifetime. They played the first 4 years, 2003 through 6, that South Walton existed. Arnold getting wins of 41-0, 24-13, 38-14, and 28-0. Basically put, there's never been a game in this series decided by single digits. It's been at least 11 points or more in all of the 5 Arnold victories. This game, though, could be a toss-up. Arnold does not perform particularly well in Walton County. The Braves have had good luck against them at home. South Walton probably a slight underdog, but this game could be one of the better ones. And for you here on TV 24, I'm going to tape this game, and you will see it televised next Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. It'll be a tape delay replay for the South Walton game. And a reminder to our live audience watching on Friday that we will replay the Walton game at 10 a.m. on Saturday morning. And most of our sports replays run at 7 o'clock nightly. The volleyball, the football games that we tape, traditionally we rotate those games in our 7 o'clock time slot through most nights the following week. The Walton football games are the only ones we do live, but perhaps one day we'll get into doing some of the volleyball and basketball games live as well. The more sponsors we round up, the more that we're able to do so. So that's what looks in our future. Freeport off, South Walton at home, Walton playing on Thursday, South Walton on Friday. So if you're into Walton County football, you can see Walton tonight. You can see South Walton at the Hawk's Nest on Friday night. Freeport next Friday will be at home, or you can come up to the Funiac and watch South Walton and Walton in one of our Walton County rivalry games. Time to step aside for another commercial break. The Bass Style Shop Countdown to Kickoff show will continue after this word from the sponsors of TV 24.
The world around you is changing. Are you ready? With many programs a year or less at Emerald Coast Technical College, you can have a career in a year. Emerald Coast Technical College is committed to empowering students and powering the future. Focused training, small classes, individual training, nationally accredited, financial aid, and GED. Emerald Coast Technical College graduates develop up-to-date technical skills and earn industry certifications that allow them to start their career as soon as they complete, sometimes before. Emerald Coast Technical College, a career in a year.
Hello folks, I'm Bill Fletcher, and many of you know me from my serving on numerous boards and committees over several years. Now I want to work for you as your county commissioner in District 4. This county has been run by a special interest group for decades. I want it to be properly managed for everyone. I'm not beholden to anyone or any group. We have tremendous potential in Walton County, particularly to create better jobs and tourism in North Walton. Please go to votewalton.com. Look at the experience and background of the candidates and make your decision. Please vote for Bill Fletcher on August the 28th. Thank you very, very much.
Your hometown flooring store, established in 1984, Evans Carpet City can satisfy all your flooring needs. Carpets by Dreamweaver, Shaw, and Mohawk. Ceramic tile, wood, and laminate. See Scott or Jeff for all the new waterproof hybrid floors. Commercial or residential. Our license and insured installation is guaranteed. Come visit our new spacious showroom for factory direct in-stock carpet and vinyl. Evans Carpet City, your hometown flooring store.
Back on the Bass Style Shop Countdown to Kickoff show, let's remind you who is in Region 1 of Class 4A. You know, it's a little confusing with these classifications because in football, Walton is a 4A school, but in most other team sports, Walton is a Class 5A school, and that's because you have more teams in that rural class in basketball, and the private schools were separated into Class 2A. So you have Walton winding up in 4A in football. They're pushed up into 5A with some of those non-football playing schools figuring in the mix in other sports. In this 11-team region, and regions are really now what districts were 2 years ago. It's just a larger group of teams to choose your playoff teams from. It's headlined by Walton and South Walton here in Walton County. That's 2 of our 3 football playing schools. Some of the other nearby schools are Marianna, Gadsden County, and North Bay Haven. North Bay Haven just joined this classification last year and qualified for the playoffs in their first year in Class 4A. Marianna, of course, an old Walton foe. And Gadsden County, they closed East and West Gadsden. Well, really didn't close East Gadsden. Closed West Gadsden and shipped all of the students in the public schools in Gadsden County to the East Gadsden campus, which is now known as Gadsden County High School. And there is another school in Gadsden County, Quincy Monroe, which is a private school in Quincy, very small private school, around Paxton's size, maybe just a tad bigger. And that's really the only 2 high schools they have. They used to have Chattahoochee, Havana, Northside, and West Gadsden. All those schools that were once up through the 9 through 12 level do not exist any longer, to clarify that point. So it's not a 1 high school county, but it's pretty close because you do have Quincy Monroe playing as well. Now, Panama City Rutherford, we left out of that in the area. Really, 6 of the 11 teams from Tallahassee to the west to really Walton High. These other schools pretty much marking the border. Then you go much further over in the state toward the Jacksonville coast. You get Jacksonville Rains, Jacksonville Jackson, and Jacksonville Wolfson. Those are 3 separate schools from the Jacksonville area. Rains, the defending 4A state champion. So we happen to have the football state champion in Walton's classification to start this year. West Nassau and Fernandina Beach, 2 teams that are also in Walton's football classification. And I've been to West Nassau with the Walton softball team back when Hannah Poole was a freshman and got beat in that round of the state playoffs. They figure into the mix. 6 of these 11 teams will make the playoffs, so you're only eliminating 5 teams. Last year, it was 4 of 11, but the state didn't make enough money in the playoffs to satisfy themselves, so they added 2 more teams in each region of Class 1 through 4A. So you're going to have 6 of these 11 teams make the playoffs, and what they're going to do is give the 1 and 2 seed via their point system, which we'll get into later in the season. The 1 and 2 seed in the region will get the first week of the playoffs off. 3, 4, 5, and 6 will play the opening round, 6 at the number 3 seed, 5 at the number 4 seed. The 2 winners advance on the next week to take on the 1 and 2 seeds. First round of the playoffs is the 2nd Friday in November. Second round would be the 3rd Friday in November, right before Thanksgiving week, basically. Last year, neither Walton nor South Walton qualified. Had they used this year's system of 6 teams, Walton would have been the number 6 team and would have wound up at Marianna, who was the 3 seed out of the 4 teams chosen last year. So yes, it's a little complicated, but more teams will make the playoffs, but whether they have a legitimate shot at winning, that's very much up in the air. Let's talk about Freeport's region and their region next door. Here is what Freeport is looking at for 2018. Nothing has changed here. 9 teams in their region. Freeport, Baker, Bozeman, Chipley, Graceville, Jay, Holmes County, Vernon, and Northview. Vernon and Baker will be the 2 favorites to be the top 2 teams. Only 3 of these 9 teams will be eliminated in the regular season. 6 will advance to the playoffs. Will Freeport be one of those? It's dicey. Last year, with Kwan Powell on the team, they very likely, would have made the playoffs had it been the 6 teams going instead of the 4 teams going, almost assuredly. This year, though, it's going to be dicey. They'll need some wins against these teams they're playing head-to-head. The head-to-head games count no more, though, than Freeport playing Walton, which is a bigger school. It's based on bonus points and who was in the playoffs the year before, and it's complicated. And suffice it to say, if Freeport wins 5 games, 4 to 5 games, may get you in the playoffs. In fact, I'll probably say there'll be at least one 4-win team from this region in the state playoffs. Will that be Freeport? Well, only time will tell. And playing 9 games, and let's face it, Freeport was a huge underdog to Vernon. That's a game they were not likely going to win. The Bulldogs can come up with 4 or 5 victories if things go their way and qualify for the playoffs, and they would open against one of the other teams on the screen. You have to like, again, Vernon and Baker toward the top of the pack. Holmes County, a very solid number 3. After that, it gets a lot more muddled. Will Jay step forward? Will Chipley? Will Northview? Graceville, things haven't looked real good there. Bozeman has not been a perennial power, and Freeport losing Powell. They got a lot of other players, so it doesn't mean they're not going to win games, but it is a harder road without that dynamic offensive weapon. Only time will tell, and of course we'll go through the regions and the playoff look the halfway point of the season before we really get game 5 or 6, before we can kind of start to get a picture on how that lines up. Next door region is a lot of teams that we recognize and our teams play. You see Bluntstown and Port St. Joe. They're on Walton's schedule this season, so they'll both see them. South Walton will also play, I believe it is Port St. Joe on that schedule. Not a lot of these teams, though, on our schedules this year, especially Freeport's. They don't have many of these. Port St. Joe, Bluntstown, once again, will beat the top 2 teams in that district. It's kind of a jumble after that, and again, keep in mind in this district, only 2 teams get eliminated from the playoffs. So Bluntstown, Port St. Joe, overwhelming favorites, but you never know in high school football. It is nearly time for kickoff as we get ready to head out to the stadium and join with Neil Reamer and the crew to bring you the live ball game between Walton and Panama City Mosley. So sit back for the next 2.5 hours as we've got some high school football coming up after this word from the sponsors of TV24.
I'm conservative Republican Cecilia Jones. As an educator in Walton for 35 years, I taught hard work and good planning are the keys to success. It's no different for local government. I have a plan to lead, and unlike the other politicians, I'm sticking to it. I will lead the fight for customary use of our beaches, create new jobs, keep taxes low, and streamline projects that improve infrastructure. I'm conservative Republican Cecilia Jones. Let's keep getting things done.
Thanks for watching Hometown Television, WWEOLD, Channel 24, Defuniak Springs.
Hello, I'm Danny Glidewell, and my vision for the future of Walton County is to secure the future for our children and grandchildren. We have leaders who say they are against raising taxes, but taxes and fees keep going up. Far too often that money is used to hire more office workers, creating more layers of supervision instead of delivering better services and building infrastructure. Put an end to business as usual. Vote Danny Glidewell, Walton County Commissioner, District 2.
Hair, facial, and nail care
from the brand new Tommy Oliver Stadium. It's the Walton Braves on the road to start the 2018 season. Walton getting set to receive, well, we don't know yet about the kickoff, but the Braves getting ready for the opener with the Mosley High Dolphins. Here come the Dolphins, dressed in the orange and green, and we're going to tell you now, we ain't got the nicest setup here, nor have they been exactly great to us to this point. But here come the Dolphins. We're going to do our best to get this game to you, but I'm going to tell you again, you just sometimes don't get the kind of cooperation on the road that we give the people who come to our place. Let's put it like that. Going to do the best to get this game to you tonight. Dolphins in the orange and the green. Walton, a big underdog in this one. We'll see how it goes for the Braves in the 2018 opener. Hopefully this will be the last time Walton and Mosley will play for quite a while. Field is beautiful, though. The stands are nice. The press box, I kind of like the old one better than the new one. It worked better for us, the visiting team, but that's just the way it is here on the road in Bay County. Neil Reamer with us as well, and getting ready for a ball game. Neil will be watching it from off the monitor some here. Braves will return here to play against Rutherford later on in the season. Nice scoreboard. We'll get Emily to give you a shot of that at a later date. Ball is teed up from the 40, and we're just about set to get underway. It is a very pretty field, and they have done a nice job. Could be a little more functional, but it's a high school stadium, and not always a lot of room to roam.
All right.
Neil's about got himself ready to go. The wind.
Trying to see who the kicker is.
Yeah, I could not on that. Ball is going to be received on the 4-yard line by the Braves. Looking for some room. They'll cut it outside, and that didn't work. There's a nice tackle made by the Mosley Dolphins. Number 30, I believe that's Brian Campbell with the return from the 4-yard line. And only gets to the 12. I thought he was a little further up the field than that, but apparently not. So the Braves will start on offense from the 12-yard line. Dolphins in the orange and white. Patrick Casey along with Neil Reamer, Emily Casey on camera, and bear with us. Road games are not easy. We're glad to be back to the friendly confines of Everett Yates for South Walton next week. Dalton Whitehurst is your quarterback. He will go from under center. I believe that's Bryson Harbridge as the center. See what the Braves can do on first down. Dolphins going to bring the house. They'll toss pitch it to the right. Jalen Lucius has a hold to the 20 near the 21 or 22-yard line.
35, Ryan Walton.
Another nice run by the sophomore running back. And Walton got 10 yards out to the 22-yard line. Enough to move the chains, so it'll be 1st and 10 for 12-minute quarters in high school football. The clock is on the scoreboard, which is pretty neat. Nice electronic display. Braves with that wing tee set, receiver to the top. Send Lucius in motion. This time they'll pitch it to Campbell, and Campbell goes to the 20. Lost a couple. Number 30, Brian Campbell with the carry. It will be 2nd and 8. Good play by the Mosley defense. Again, our setup, Neil's literally kneeling on the floor to do his stats here tonight, folks, so bear with us.
Yep, well, that's how it goes.
We're used to it.
Yep, but at least the camera picture looks nice and clear right now. So.
Yes, it is. 2nd and 12, first possession, 10:40 in counting. So after a first down on first down, they lose 2 on the second first down, and now we have a whistle.
Yep, some kind of penalty, I'm guessing.
Looks like the Braves ran out of time. 5-yard penalty. It will be 2nd down. And 17 back to the 15.
Yeah. I'm starting to have a bad feeling right now because those 2nd downs and 3rd downs and long really work to the Dolphins' defensive advantage.
Said Lucius in motion. Whitehurst in trouble. Throws it out of bounds. Boy, that was close to being an intentional grounding call, but he did have a receiver somewhat near the area. And it will be 3rd and 17.
James Gibbons, Nick Smith.
10:15 on the clock after the incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass. Brings up 3rd down.
It will be 3rd and very long from their own 15. Very beautiful looking field. Nice area for the cheerleaders across the way. And they did a little bit of job of getting the parking lot paved. They've got some parking for a large school, and Mosley is the largest in Bay County. You never have enough. Fullback dive to get the clock moving. They get a couple of yards back.
Let's see, that is number 40 with the carry.
Yes, that is Josu Ramirez, a sophomore.
Yep, got the ball back out to the 17, so pickup of 2, and it is 4th and 15. Time for the Braves to punt.
Nice.
Who is the punter for the Braves?
I'll get you that with the binoculars. Number 20. And we'll get the name momentarily. Punting from the 17, good rush on into the wind. It's a short kick at the 47, fielded by the Dolphins. Coming to the near side, the Dolphins are going to take it down the sideline for a touchdown, but there are 2 flags, one at the 30 and one at the 33, so you would guess that that is going to come back. The kicker was Josiah Bauer, a sophomore, kicking from the 17-yard line, fielded on the 47.
I think it was number 23 for the Dolphins who received it, and so the one flag looks like on the 33.
Mosley called for a personal foul illegal block, so that is going to bring it back, and we'll wait to see where they mark it off from so Neal can get his yardage figured. 10:03 to go in the first quarter. The Braves hold it for 1:57 before kicking it away. All right, ball goes back to the 45 of the Braves. That means the penalty occurred at the 30. So it'd be a 17-yard return.
Mosley Dolphins will take over.
And the Dolphins really good field position at the Walton.
Here in the first quarter as Mosley takes the early lead.
Now, feed on our end is good, so there's nothing going on with our feed. May have some issues back at the station there. 9:15 to go in the first quarter. 6-0. Let's see whom the kicker is going to be. Number 88, it looks like. 82. 82 is the kicker. We'll pass that along to Neal. 7-0 Dolphins early on. Let's step aside for a break. We'll be back with more Walton football in just a moment.
Mojo Sportswear Company. Fishing with style at a fine retailer near you or at getyourmojoon.com.
Hi, I'm Joel Glenn and my wife Paula. We are with Clary Glenn Funeral Homes and Crematory in Defuniak Springs and Freeport. For more than 85 years, Walton County families have relied on the trust, experience, and professional skill of more than 2 generations of funeral directors to help them through life's final chapter. We know that nothing can replace the trust and personal relationships we build with a family. Established in 1931, Clary Glenn Funeral Homes and Crematory.
Everyone loves a bright and cheerful smile. Not everyone can find the dental care they need and can afford. Now there's a place nearby where anyone can receive professional quality dental care at an affordable cost. The Lecom Dental Offices in Defuniak Springs is now accepting patients. You will receive care in comfortable state-of-the-art treatment rooms, care provided by supervised and experienced Lecom dental students. To schedule your appointment, please call the Lecom Dental Office, 850-951-0200. We will be happy to see you smiling again.
Need tires? Where are you going to go? National Tire Brokers. Need brakes? Where are you going to go? National Tire Brokers. Need shocks, an alignment, or balance? You're going to go to National Tire Brokers. Fast, friendly, and affordable. We are a complete auto service center and carry brand name tires such as Michelin, Toyo, Goodyear, Kumho, and Kelly. National Tire Brokers, located on U.S. Highway 90 West in Defuniak Springs, Florida. Call us today at 892-5191.
No extra down there. 7:23 and counting.
Let's see, who's to punt for the Braves again?
Number 20.
20.
Josiah Bauer. We're learning the team as we move along. Dolphins got near it the last time. Got near it again. This one goes straight up in the air. Takes a good bounce, though, and will roll into Dolphin territory at the 47. So a pretty good kick. 36 yards. 6:58 left. First quarter. 7-0 Dolphins. Braves defense needs a quick stop. They're going to have the water break here. We will keep it here, though. Emily, give them a shot of the scoreboard while we got the water break going, and we'll show you what the nice brand new scoreboard. I think she can get it around to the scoreboard here. Zoom in on that, and we'll show everybody what their video scoreboard looks like. Very nicely done. There, got the score, got a picture of the field. I think they're able to do some replays. Got the cheerleaders there, but that's the video scoreboard in what would be the west end zone. And now swing around to the Walton High Band on the far side. They got plenty of visiting stands, don't they, Neil? I mean, it is huge.
Yep. That's one of the upgrades here for Tommy Oliver, is they expanded the capacity of the stadium on both sides of the field. Only a slight expansion on the home side, visiting quite a bit more seating.
Maddox pop pass to number 1, a nice grab at the 45, down the sidelines, and Walton pushes him out of bounds. Again, you got a senior quarterback in Maddox getting it to number 1. And from that 47-yard line, they gain 20 yards to the Braves' 33. Near hash mark. They will run keeper. Maddox to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, down to the 16. Finally brought down by Jacob Runge, number 8 of the Braves. Maddox, though, with a very nice run. And right now, the Dolphins got it clicking on all cylinders.
They spot it to the 16.
And again, with that hurry up, they're chewing up some yardage.
Yep, so that's a 17-yard gain, and
it's not taking them long. Clock running at the 6:34 mark, first quarter. And they'll run the sweep to number 1, to the 10, cuts it outside to the 5.
And I think he's in, or he's
no,
very
he's
close.
down at the 5. They got him at the 5. That is Alex Noble, a junior running back, 5'9", 170, to the 5-yard line. Waiting for that final spot. It is the 5. That makes it first and goal. 6:15 left in the first quarter, 7-0, and Mosley looking for more. They'll give it to the big brute back, and he is in for a 5-yard run.
It's number 5 with the carry.
Don McKay Jr. 53-yard drive didn't take very long.
Yep, 6:05 on the clock here in the first quarter.
Number 82 to kick the extra point. And this one looks to split the uprights once again. That makes it a 14-0 lead for the Dolphins. We'll step aside for a break on TV 24.
Hi, I'm Joel Glenn and my wife Paula. We are with Clary Glenn Funeral Homes and Crematory in Defuniak Springs and Freeport. For more than 85 years, Walton County families have relied on the trust, experience, and professional skill of more than 2 generations of funeral directors to help them through life's final chapter. We know that nothing can replace the trust and personal relationships we build with a family. Established in 1931, Clary Glenn Funeral Homes and Crematory.
The world around you is changing. Are you ready? With many programs a year or less at Emerald Coast Technical College, you can have a career in a year. Emerald Coast Technical College is committed to empowering students and powering the future. Focused training, small classes, individual training, nationally accredited, financial aid, and GED. Emerald Coast Technical College graduates develop up-to-date technical skills and earn industry certifications that allow them to start their career as soon as they complete, sometimes before. Emerald Coast Technical College, a career in a year.
Fielded on the 3 by the Braves. Far side to the 15, to the 20. Little hole to the 23 or 4. Braves a little better field position.
Let's see, who was that with the return?
Waiting for them to straighten his jersey out. Number 30, Brian Campbell. One of the better returns of the night near the 23. Braves' third possession started at the 12, the 18, and the 23. So, Neil, I guess the good news is they're getting a little better field position after each possession.
Yeah, well, the Braves have 1 first down, so that's the next thing on the agenda to take care of.
5:58 to go. Thursday night football, August 23rd, 2018. Braves will play in 5 weeks here against Rutherford on a Thursday night. Braves need to mount something here to keep this from getting out of hand early. They'll look to throw. Whitehurst hits the helmet of the receiver, Lucius. I don't know if he was turned the wrong way, but it was an accurate pass. But Lucius set his back to the receiver, and it'll be 2nd and 10. 5:54 to go. As we mentioned, huge visiting stands on the other side. Mosley band playing to our right. Won't be able to show them. They're too tight to our camera position. And we hate to bring it up, but if they get up 35 points at any point, we'll have a mercy rule part of the game. It's 14-0. Not saying it's going to happen, but they're off to a good start. Whitehurst slips and falls. That will go as a quarterback sack, I believe, because it looked like they were trying to set a screen up to the near side. Not much going right for the Braves right now.
Not at all. Drop back at the 17-yard line. So that brings up 3rd and 16.
Going the wrong direction in this one. 27th season of high school football on TV 24. Norm Davis started doing games in the 90s. It's 29th, really. 27th for Neil and I. We joined him in 92. Some of the season openers haven't gone so well, and this one's starting to look like it might be one of those, but still a long way to go. Run a halfback pass, and number 15 with a completion and a first down, a little trick play. And who made the reception? Waiting, I believe it's number 11 of the Braves. That is Kazari Freeman. Halfback option pass.
Yep, all the way up to the 41-yard line, so Jalen Lucius completing the pass for 24 yards and the first down. Now that gives the Braves a little bit of breathing room now.
Right in front of our camera position, almost. So, 1st and 10. Lucius goes in motion. They go to the fullback, and he is hit at the line and just nowhere to go, trying to take the ball out of his grasp.
In fact, I do believe they might have lost a yard on that.
Yeah, that's Ramirez. He did not get a real good spot, but there wasn't much there. They're going to charge him with a 2-yard loss, and it is even with the 39. 2nd and 12 at the 4:35 mark.
So who was it that ran the ball?
What did I tell you? Oh, Ramirez, 40.
40, okay.
40.
All right.
Quickly 3rd and 12 on the 39. They take it right back to Lucius, and he gets the 2 they lost.
He tried to get around the corner, but nothing there.
Should get it
back to the 40.
Yeah, I don't think he got a great spot, but they got jumbled up on the far side, so he may have gone out of bounds before he got across the 40. Got a yard. 3rd or 4th down, Neil?
3rd and 11 now for the Braves.
Either I misread that or they already had it as 3rd down, but they keep it as 3rd down if so that's okay.
Or the stick guy was psychic.
Yeah, there you go. 3rd and 11, 3:35 and counting, 14-0 Mosley Dolphins on top. Pretty stadium. Spent a lot of money to build it. They will play fake. Nope, they gave it up the middle, and it gets back to the line of scrimmage. Dolphins once again slam the door.
That was Lucius, number 15, with the carry. And right back to the line of scrimmage. 4th and 11.
Yeah, that should check Bauer in to kick. Yeah, they have gotten a first down on 2 of their 3 possessions, but that's about all we got to talk about on offense. And they keep coming after the punt. So they got to continue to have good snaps or Bauer is going to be in trouble. 2:50 counting in the first. Pretty good kick. Bauer to the 31. Fielded by the Dolphins, dancing around to the 40, head down to the 43. About a 12-yard return, and we'll look for the number. It was number 10 on the return.
Good return for the Dolphins. Tackled by number 11.
With 2.5 to go in the first quarter.
Dolphins will take over.
So from the 31.
Their own 43-yard line.
Let's see where they had it. Yeah, they did put it on the 43. 12-yard return. And Neil, it never hurts when you get field position at the Walton 45, at your own 47 and your own 43.
Yeah, that's couldn't ask for better for the Dolphins, and they have a 14-0 lead and setting up on offense again.
They will take, fumble, loose on the turf. Number 5 picks it up, but he's tackled by the Braves, and Walton may have got their first tackle for loss. Runge, one of the first men there, we think. Loss of 2, and I don't know if that should be charged to the quarterback or the running back, because I couldn't tell if it was a low handoff. We'll leave that up to you to guess for now.
Well, from what I saw is the two of them combined to fumble that handoff. They didn't make it clean.
And a whistle.
Yep. Before the snap. Let's see.
It came from the back judge, so that's interesting.
I don't think they ran out of time.
Walton's got an illegal substitution call. That doesn't help things. So that turns the 2-yard loss into a 3-yard gain with the help of the penalty and makes it 2nd and 7 from their own 46. Braves must have broke the huddle with too many players. 2 minutes and counting in the first quarter. And they'll try to run the stretch play to the near side. They've got a hold to midfield and out of bounds around the 45 of the Braves. That's number 12. Sounds like Drake's name once again.
Yep. So they got the ball to Brave territory. At the 43 is where they mark it. So that is a pickup of 11 yards and a first down for the Dolphins.
Nijah Gray with the carry. Must be related to Ezra Gray, who played against Walton a few years ago. From the 43, new set of downs, got plenty of time. Deep down the field, good coverage this time by Walton, though, and that pass goes incomplete around the 7-yard line. They were looking for number 10, Tyrone Francis, a junior wide receiver and backup quarterback. 97 seconds left in the first quarter. 14-0 Mosley if you're just tuning in. Lady Braves are playing Chipley tonight. They're off to a 2-0 start in volleyball, the varsity. Give to the first man. They'll sweep outside to the 40. Head down, to the 35. Good hard run by the Dolphins.
Don McKay Jr.
5'9" running back. Put his shoulder in one of the Braves and got 8 yards.
Right to the Braves' 35-yard line.
They must have called him inbounds because the clock is still running with 70 seconds left in the opening frame. Near hash mark, most of the plays have been, seems like, toward this side of the field so far. Fullback straight up the middle, diving, dragging people inside the 30 near the 28.
Will Gentry picking up some big yardage. Number 40 Mosley Dolphins first down.
Dolphins
at the 28, it looks like.
Yeah, what number was that, Neil? Do you know?
Number 4.
Yeah, I don't even have one on my roster.
That's good for the first down.
Yeah, big hole on this play. They are inside the 20, down near the 13-yard line.
Don McKay again on the carry.
Number 5.
Yeah, went back to number 5.
Don McKay Jr. All the way down to the 13.
First and 10. 38 seconds left in the first quarter.
First and 10 for the Dolphins from the Braves' 13-yard line.
They will go fullback again to the 10, to the 9, to the 8. Well, he's loose to the 3 and almost left the ball behind, but I think his knee went down first.
DJ Spencer, number 44 on the carry.
Yeah, went to number 44.
Made again by number 20.
Down to the 3. I don't know technically if it was a fumble or not. His knee may have been on the ground first.
The way I saw it is that he was down before he fumbled. But
18 seconds left. They're at the 3, first and goal. Dolphins trying to hurry it up, but they have too many people on the field, and here comes a flag from the far side judge. So, a lot of confusion going on right now. Let's see if this is against the Dolphins. You would have to think so, because they had a bunch of people running around from the near bench to the field. Nice little breeze, not as humid tonight. They'll move them back to the 8-yard line. It'll be first and goal from the 8.
Yep, with 9 seconds.
Yeah, and if they want to get a snap off, of course, they can hurry to the line to do so. I guess the penalty stopped the clock, although I didn't think that was the way that...
Well, they started the clock now, so...
Yeah, they kind of waited on them a little bit, and I don't know that they're going to get a playoff here. I don't think they will. They're kind of pointless. They seem confused, and that's the end of the first quarter. 14-0 our score, as Walton giving up a couple of early touchdowns. We'll move to the second quarter after this word from the sponsors of TV 24.
We're excited to announce the move to our new, much larger store location at 512 North 9th Street, Defuniak Springs, Florida, across the street from Barley's Military Surplus Store and about 3 blocks north of our old store location. Please come see our new store and learn about our plans to expand our operation to include a consignment mall and much more. If you're coming from out of town, it is worth the drive. Come see us soon. It will be a blast.
The UPS store is now open at the shops at Freeport. Printing products, printing services, small business solutions, mailbox services, packing services, shipping, mailing. They have freight, including total shipping, office products and supplies, notary service, shredding, UPS next day air. We have luggage boxes, packing, ship guarantees, electronic packaging, stamps, metered mail, priority mail. Whew, we can't even get through all this. Just stop by the UPS store, located near Publix.
Mark J. Harris Bail Bonds, 850-951-BOND. Save this number. Keep it in a safe place. Speed dial it on your phone. Unexpected things happen in life, and your friends bail, but not you. You're in jail with no help. Call. We will be there for your rescue. Mark J. Harris Bail Bonds, 850-951-BOND, and leave the rest to the professionals. We have your back, a friend indeed when you're in need. Just make that call. Mark J. Harris Bail Bonds, 850-951-BOND.
Within the 5-yard line, I can't tell.
On the 3.
3, okay.
Yeah, took a minute, all the linemen around to
so 5-yard gain. It's now 3rd. No, 2nd down and goal.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, we were wishing for 3rd. 30 seconds in, Dolphins 3 yards away. They want to throw a little comeback route, and it is incomplete. Boy, almost a nice catch made. Trying to hit it to number 12 of the Dolphins.
Yep, just a little bit beyond his reach.
Yeah, receiver Nigel Gray, who we've already called a couple of times. It's a good time to take a shot at that on 2nd down because you figure here on 3rd they're going to run it at the Braves the way they've had success so far. 14-0 the score. Dolphins threatening and probably 2-down territory if they wish. They'll give it to McKay, and that was as easy as it gets. 3-yard run with 11:17 to go. 57-yard drive with 11:17 left. McKay a 3-yard run. Cunningham on for the extra point.
And right down the middle.
So Cunningham adds the kick. 21-0 the score. We will use this opportunity to step aside yet again and back with more in just a moment.
Defuniak's oldest continually operating restaurant is still cooking up their award-winning foods. H&M Hot Dog, preparing your favorite hot dogs and sandwiches since 1947. Their landmark hot dogs and hamburgers have been the people's choice for over 65 years. Their expanded menu now includes an assortment of dogs and sandwich selections second to none. H&M Hot Dog, located on North 9th Street in historic downtown Defuniak Springs.
Do you need new...
Do you need new flooring? If so, you need to go to Evans Carpet City. Evans has the best selection and price on wood flooring. Evans also offers professional installation for your flooring to look great. They also have ceramic tile, vinyl, and the best selection of carpet in the Panhandle.
The 6 by the Braves. Nice little hole, trying to cut it to the outside. Does so to the 20, to the 30, and tackled out of bounds. Could have got a flag on that, but
Number 30, Brian Campbell.
Campbell with the return. And from the 6, he did a good job. He got kind of pushed toward the track there at the end, but at those angles, that sometimes occurs. And again, the Braves are improving their field position after every kickoff. Now it's up at the 35, which is their best field position.
Excuse me, number 13, Aker Andrews. Ran him out of bounds at the 35-yard line. They'll take over there, 13-10 from their own 35.
Braves go from the far hash mark with 11:07 to go in the half, trailing 21-0. Braves have 8 seconds left on the play clock. Whitehurst wants to throw over the middle into triple coverage. It is nearly intercepted. He got very lucky that number 15 of the Dolphins did not pick that off and run the other direction. Shane Skiba, a senior free safety, listed at 6'5", 205, made a nice play on the ball, and again, Walton very fortunate that didn't get intercepted. 11:01 to go, 21-0, the Dolphins. Not many Thursday night games across the area, but there are a few. I think Escambia and West Florida. It was a team I think that Mosley has to beat and traditionally cannot to win the district. Dolphins are the most successful team in Panama City, but this county as a whole has not recorded many state championships in this sport, if any.
Let's see, who was the ball carrier for the Braves?
Ramirez on the carry.
They say it was Ramirez, so that's 40. And he picked up 2 yards to the 37. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Make it 3rd and 8.
Oops, that's right, the incomplete pass. Downs go by quickly when you're struggling to move the ball, don't they?
When you're not getting the first downs. Yep, the Braves have got 2 first downs in this game so far.
Well, toss pitch to the near side, and Mosley's got him. A flag flew from the near side. I don't know what that's about.
Probably nothing good.
You hope for maybe an offsides call, but Braves got decked. A little conversation here by the 2 officials on the left side of your screen. And waiting for the call. Walton didn't have enough men on the line of scrimmage.
All right, so they declined the penalty, so the run stands. I believe that was Lucius.
Possibly, and they lost 5.
Down back to the 32.
I have a feeling this will be the last time Mosley will be on the schedule for quite a while, which is probably a good idea. I was kind of surprised when Coach Stevens lined that one up a couple of years ago. From the 32, it's going to be a kick coming from Bauer, and I think they're missing somebody.
Yep, Braves need to take timeout.
And so we have a timeout on the field. We're going to keep it here with 9:47 to go because we'll have a water break before long, and the way Mosley's been scoring, you have to feel we'll have a few more breaks overall. Jillian, if you will, give us a little shot of the Walton fans just up in the stands while we got a couple of seconds to show that the Braves have some people here for this one. Braves came in, I thought, to be honest, and I will be honest, about a 30-point underdog, and that's depending on how merciful Mosley wants to be. And again, that's based upon the fact that the Braves are just so young. They lost 16 players, 7 seniors and 9 others that went elsewhere to play. it's a rebuilding year. You can say whatever you want, but that's what it is. Doesn't mean they can't have some success, and don't let this game be your game you decide how good they're going to be, because they would have been an underdog even with the team of a couple of years ago, which played Mosley and beat them in a kickoff classic, but of course that's an exhibition game, so a little different. That was played at Everett Yates as well. Bauer to kick from his own 32-yard line. Low snap, does a good job to get it, gets away, he got roughed. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and Walton should get a first down, because he got drilled after the kick. They threw the flag. If that's running in the kicker, Neil, then they might not even need roughing. Nope, it's personal foul. That's a good call. That was obvious. So Walton will get a first down via penalty. He says automatic first down, which I don't think exists in high school ball, but it's enough by yardage anyway.
Yep, so it should take it out to the 47-yard line if they mark it correctly.
Well, the Braves have picked up at least one first down on 3 out of 4 possessions. So, well, that's not maybe the greatest stat to the known universe. It's something.
But at least the Braves are not getting shellacked, so they are doing.
Well, it's not a total breakdown, is what we're saying. There's not a lot going. Difficult thing to do. Not been easy tonight, but they at least have made it to that point. And they marked him back, Neil, to the 44. That's interesting. Thought he got to the 42-yard line, but 2nd and 1. Well, spotting the football, as we know, is a bit of a art for him. Campbell's got the first down, gets away to the 40, outside 35, near the 33. So we should have it this time. No penalty flags that I can see. The Braves attacking a little bit the outside. And, Neil, you figure maybe the Dolphins throwing a few of their younger players out there up 21-0, perhaps spelling a few starters?
Well, I did notice the defensive front playing very aggressively for the Dolphins, so the Braves, after Campbell was able to get past that first defensive line, there was not a lot backing them up.
33 yards from the 33, sorry.
Yep, that's what I'm asking.
33, yep, 1st and 10. 8:30 and counting, 21-0 Dolphins. Braves would love to get a touchdown on the scoreboard.
The Braves are starting to get a little bit of offensive yardage here.
Yeah, that's what makes me wonder if they maybe were playing some of the reserves a little bit to rest some of the starters. Hand off, first man slides to the 31. Not a lot. That's Lucius for 2. He's 2nd and 8. The Braves are going to be a run-oriented team, which should shorten a lot of our games this year. Of course, what your opponent does makes a difference.
Yes, it is, and the other big factor on that is penalties.
Yes, it's one thing, Walton being young, we've had teams like this in the past. You cannot have penalties once you get some momentum, because it's very hard for a young team, especially if you don't throw the ball much, to overcome long yardage.
Yeah, but one thing I do like, we're approaching the halfway point of the second period, and the Braves only with 2 penalties.
They tried to go back up the middle or off left side, and that didn't go for much. And they got Ramirez, number 40, maybe at the line of scrimmage.
And we're going to stop for the water break.
They may have an injury, actually, Neil. One of the Dolphins getting up slow. The injured Dolphin, number 53, I think will have to check out. Yeah, I think they changed their mind. It's a little early for the water break, but they did it early in the first quarter. All right, they will have the water break, so we will step aside for a commercial break. 21-0 Mosley on TV 24.
McLean's Family Restaurant is becoming a byword for home-style cooking in Defuniak Springs. In addition to fine menu selections, McLean's offers the largest buffet selections in the area. They feature lunch and dinner buffets 7 days a week, with breakfast buffet on Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturday, and Sunday, starting at 7 a.m. That's McLean's Family Restaurant, Highway 331 South in Defuniak Springs.
Tires, tires, and more tires. National Tire Brokers in Defuniak Springs has the largest inventory of tires in Northwest Florida and South Alabama. Michelin, Goodyear, Toyo, Kumho, BF Goodrich, Cooper, and much more. Check out their low prices on quality products and services. Established in May of 1976, National Tire Brokers' reputable staff of trained professionals has given their clients the safe, dependable performance with their premium tires. No local dealer stocks more RV and truck tires than National Tire Brokers. No one. Quick, convenient, courteous service. That's National Tire Brokers, your truck tire headquarters, Highway 90 West, Defuniak Springs.
The world around you is changing. Are you ready? With many programs a year or less at Emerald Coast Technical College, you can have a career in a year. Emerald Coast Technical College is committed to empowering students and powering the future. Focused training, small classes, individual training, nationally accredited, financial aid, and GED. Emerald Coast Technical College graduates develop up-to-date technical skills and earn industry certifications that allow them to start their career as soon as they complete, sometimes before. Emerald Coast Technical College, a career in a year.
Catching it would have helped. And the Braves will turn it over on downs at the 6:19 mark. And one thing for Mosley, they'll have their worst field position of the night at their own 30.
That turned out to be a pretty nice drives for the Braves.
Yeah, and
did not get any points out of it.
Yeah, aided by the roughing the punter penalty. That kept it going. But they had a couple nice runs, as you said, got a little offense going. Far hash mark, and the Dolphins return to the field on offense. First and 10 on the 30, and they will see the quarterback pull it back, and he doesn't go anywhere. Braves defense made one of the better plays of the night. And that was the quarterback keeper.
Who was different quarterback.
Yeah, again,
Tyrone Francis now in at quarterback.
It's a good time to get some other people playing, up 21-0, and your defense has controlled the game. So, one factor, Neil, that kind of mentioned, they may not want to mercy rule Walton because you don't get to hang around the stadium and sell more stuff that way.
My wife Paula and I are honored to be a part of the legacy of service at Clary Glenn Funeral Homes. For over 85 years, we have been here when you need us most. From founder John Page in the 30s and 40s to my wife and myself since the early 21st century, our sole focus is to honor our families that we serve with the utmost care and concern. Locally owned and family operated and celebrating 85 years of service, we are Clary Glenn Funeral Homes and Crematory in Defuniak Springs and Freeport.
Play, didn't get the number, sorry. First man, this looks like number 5, maybe off to the Walton 30-yard line.
Don McKay Jr. Nice run. Down to right on the 30-yard line, 16-yard gain. And a first down.
Mosley Dolphins, first down.
Sarge card, number 6, card green on the carry. 5:20 left in the half. 21-0 Mosley. They will run quarterback keeper. Big hole to the right side. 25-20, 15-10. Finally tackled on the 10.
Francis, the quarterback.
I believe that's number 10 to the 10.
Tyrone Francis.
A 20-yard gain to the 10, and it's 1st and goal.
And again, they run the ball well. They got a fair amount of backs. If you don't stop the run in football, you don't win games. Unless you create a ton of turnovers or have a great offense. Sometimes you can outscore teams. We've had some of those years back in the days of Jason Rolak. Bad snap this time. And Dolphins try to fall on it and do way back around the 28-yard line. It'll probably be a team loss because that just didn't look like a good snap to me. I don't think the quarterback mishandled that. I think it came off at a bad angle. And from the 10, it's now 2nd and goal near the 28, so they may have to throw the football a little bit. So they put it on the 27, Neil.
Yep. 2nd and goal from the 27.
4:34 to go in the first half. 21-0 Mosley.
Play brings up 2nd and long for Drew Walton.
They brought number 11 in to throw. He's going to take it over the middle, and it is caught for a touchdown. To number 1.
Nice pass from
11-1 as Mike Maddox, the starting quarterback. 27-yard touchdown pass.
28-yard touchdown pass.
Yep, and we are at the 4:08 point here in the second quarter.
Cunningham for the kick, I think. Noble made the reception.
And I believe that's his second touchdown pass.
No, it was Ellington the first time. Or you mean Maddox? Yeah,
yes.
Maddox.
PAT is good.
All right, 4:08 to go in the first half. 28-0 Mosley. Let's step aside. More football in just a moment.
When it comes to planning a party, wouldn't it be nice to skip all the cooking and let someone else do all the hard work and heavy lifting? Now you can. Call Jolly Roger and the staff at McLean's Family Steakhouse and let them cater your next affair. From simplicity to elegance, small gatherings or big crowds, your parties will always impress. So enjoy your party while someone else does all the work. Call Jolly Roger and make it McLean's.
Relax in the comfortable customer lounge while National Tire Brokers services your automotive needs. Tires, batteries, brakes, shocks, alignments, or an oil change. National Tire Brokers is your full-service hometown dealer, satisfying customers for over 40 years. National Tire Brokers is the place for reputable auto repairs. Let the professional, experienced auto technicians at National Tire Brokers keep your vehicle maintained and repaired for years to come. Quality products with expert service will extend the life of your vehicle and give you peace of mind with safe, dependable performance. Call today and schedule your appointment. That's National Tire Brokers, Highway 90 West, Defuniak Springs.
Braves will take over 1st and 10 at their own 26.
So a 19-yard return to the 26. A decent crowd on hand on the Walton side tonight, and Mosley's brought a pretty fair crowd for a Thursday night game. Of course, they're used to Thursday night games here, sharing the stadium with two other teams. Braves only play Thursday night games traditionally when they're on the road, although we didn't have a playoff game a couple of years ago that they moved up a night to a Thursday. Now let's see what the Braves can do, trailing 28-0 with 4 minutes left in the half. They'll go left side and roll it for 2 or 3 yards.
Not much there.
40, I believe, Ramirez with the carry. And you got to the 27. Yeah, not a great spot there, but he did kind of run off left tackle.
So that's a gain of 1 yard. 2nd and 9 for the Braves.
And keeps the clock moving with 3.5 to go. .3:15 and counting. And
Braves call timeout.
Didn't see something they liked there. So as Neil said, burning a timeout. Take a look at the Aircrafters halftime stats toward the end of the half. We will step aside back to the station for our halftime show, which will mainly consist of talking about what's going on Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday in sports, our school sports calendar, as we call it. Okay, Neil, you got a few moments for a comment. Really, are we seeing anything we didn't really kind of expect so far?
No, not really. We kind of expected Mosley going to be a little bit of a powerhouse team right here. They much bigger on both lines than the Braves. The defense is playing quite well for Mosley.
Yeah, they are.
That's probably the most impressive aspect of their game so far to me. The Braves, I'm glad to see that the wheels haven't come off the wagon. They're sticking with it. They're fighting.
Yeah, they're struggling. They're just outmanned by a big Mosley squad. 3:11 to go. Braves have a timeout left.
Yes, they do. One more.
Whitehurst under center. They'll fake a little play action. Whitehurst is just going to have to throw it away. And a flag comes out. There's nobody over there.
Yes.
A flag in the backfield, a flag on this side of the field. So yellow hankies everywhere. That does not bode well.
Flag guard on the play.
That was on 2nd and, I guess, 9, technically.
Yep. So if they wave everything off,
it'll be 3rd and 9.
But somehow I don't think that's going to happen.
Unless we get offsetting here, and unless Mosley was offsides from this near flag, I don't know much else that they could have been guilty of. Braves could have been called for intentional grounding on that throw, but I thought Whitehurst was maybe outside the tackle box. It's unusual to see that flag. Okay, here we go. Walton's got a holding call, and now they will get him with intentional grounding. Okay, so what that is going to be is Whitehurst is going to be charged with a rushing loss to the point of the 5-yard mark-off. So the line of scrimmage was what, the 28, Neil, I believe? Is that what we had?
It was the 27.
27, okay. The ball is on the 13, so the 18 would be the 9-yard loss on the intentional grounding, and then the 5-yard penalty back to the 13. Are they going to go further? Let's see. Nope. 13, so if you said the line was the 27, a 9-yard loss, because it's charged as a rushing loss since they called grounding, and a 5-yard penalty tacked to that, they lose the down, and it's 3rd and...
3rd and 23.
Yeah, you were going to say that.
He didn't want me to say that.
Yeah, I didn't want it to be that, but that is what it is. Whitehurst tries to throw it underneath, and it's a little high and dropped by the receiver trying to run a little quick in. And the offense, penalty just killed much chance of doing anything, and Bauer will check in with 2:50, and they're letting the clock still run for some reason on an incomplete pass. Right now we don't have a problem with that, do we?
Not at this moment.
Yeah, still running with 2:40 left. Now they stopped it. They lost about 12 seconds. But I don't think we're going to be complaining this week. Last week at Bonifay, they ran off almost a full minute in the 3rd quarter in a tight game where Holmes County had a 1-score lead, I believe. So clock operating is not easy. Bauer standing just inside his own end zone.
Let's see, the deep man for Mosley's at the 46.
Yeah, that was a poor snap. Fielded on the 41 by the Dolphins around the near side, and they are going to take it all the way in for a touchdown. Touchdown, Dolphins.
With the punt return for a touchdown.
41-yard return on a punt. Gray, number 12, and it's 34-0 with 2:28 to go. And if they make the extra point, folks, that means we'll have a running clock the entire second half. 34-0. Now, I called the Braves as a 30-point underdog. Now they're down 34 with 2:28 to go. That's on a punt return of 41 yards. And Cunningham drills the extra point, so we're at 35-0, so that will trigger a quick second half. We'll step aside, be back with the rest of the first half after this.
To serve you better, Clary Glenn Freeport Chapel Funeral Home and Crematory. We have opened our on-site crematory. Having a crematory at our funeral home means your loved one never leaves our care and allows family members to be more involved in the cremation process. It also helps us maintain our prices since we manage all aspects of the service, as we have for over 85 years. Clary Glenn Funeral Homes and Crematory.
The world around you is changing. Are you ready? With many programs a year or less at Emerald Coast Technical College, you can have a career in a year. Emerald Coast Technical College is committed to empowering students and powering the future. Focused training, small classes, individual training, nationally accredited, financial aid, and GED. Emerald Coast Technical College graduates develop up-to-date technical skills and earn industry certifications that allow them to start their career as soon as they complete, sometimes before. Emerald Coast Technical College, a career in a year.
Your hometown flooring store, established in 1984, Evans Carpet City can satisfy all your flooring needs. Carpets by Dreamweaver, Shaw, and Mohawk. Ceramic tile, wood, and laminate. See Scott or Jeff for all the new waterproof hybrid floors. Commercial or residential, our license and insured installation is guaranteed. Come visit our new spacious showroom for factory direct in-stock carpet and vinyl. Evans Carpet City, your hometown flooring store.
Walton or Arnold or Freeport over the next 3 weeks. Whitehurst gives it up the middle, and that went nowhere. Dolphins smelled that one out.
Number 40, Jose Ramirez on the carry.
So Ramirez maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 with 1:47 to go. And Walton fumbles the football, and Ramirez gets on it. Back to the line of scrimmage. Good Josu Ramirez, a credit for staying after it. Fortunately, none of the Dolphins saw it, because it was there for the taking. Back to the line. It'll be 3rd and 10. And really for the Braves, Neil, about the best you can hope for here is you would like to get this half over without really having to punt this ball back again after what just happened.
Yeah, exactly. You know, at least that does keep the clock churning along here. We're going to be under a minute to go before this is snapped.
Yeah, I'm guessing Mosley's got about 45 to 50 varsity players dressed. I don't know if they've started their JV season yet, but I'd say they have at least 50 dressed for this one. Right back to the man up the middle, and he's back to the line of scrimmage, and that is all. Let's see who carried it.
Ramirez again on the carry. Tackled again by number 20, Jarvis Holly.
They said Ramirez, but I thought it was number 28 that time.
Okay.
Because I didn't see number 40. I'll pick it up in film, but I must have missed him if that's the case.
Well, no matter what, the ball's on 35, which is still the original line of scrimmage, and by my count, it's 4th and 10.
It is, and Walton doesn't have to snap this because the play clock is longer, or the 25-second clock is longer than the play clock.
Yep, it's 3 seconds longer.
Yeah, so there's no reason to put this ball in play unless Mosley burns a timeout, and they will not. So we have reached the half. 35-0 Dolphins. We'll have a quick second half. We have a halftime show up. Neil will have stats in a little bit. We'll step aside with the Braves trailing 35-0 on TV 24.
All right.
Not only does AA Auto Salvage and Recycling have the largest selection of used auto parts in Walton County, we are also a full-service recycling facility. We pay top dollar for junk cars, trucks, and all types of scrap metal. AA Auto Salvage and Recycling is family-owned and operated and has been in business since 1988. Give us a chance to earn your business. Come see us today.
The UPS store is now open at the shops at Freeport. Printing products, printing services, small business solutions, mailbox services, packing services, shipping, mailing. They have freight, including total shipping, office products and supplies, notary service, shredding, UPS next day air. We have luggage boxes, packing, ship guarantees, electronic packaging, stamps, metered mail, priority mail. We can't even get through all this. Just stop by the UPS store, located near Publix.
Let's get you caught up on volleyball, what's going on this week. And in the week ahead, we start with Walton and South Walton's district, which is Class 5A volleyball, District 1. South Walton, of course, has had a long run in this district, picked up the big win over Pensacola Catholic to win the district championship, knocked them off again in the playoffs, and got a nice run in their first year of Class 5A into the playoffs. And South Walton and Walton, 2 of the 5 teams. Of course, 2 qualify. This year's district tournament is at North Bay Haven. I know it well. I made that trip several times because both the girls and boys basketball district that Walton and South Walton are involved in was there back in February. So we'll be going again in mid to late October for the district tournament. Catholic likely the favorite in the district. That number 2 slot a little more wide open. Walton won their first pair of games on Monday and Tuesday, beating Vernon, a game that we showed you before the Walton contest on Thursday afternoon, and went to Mariana and won in straight sets. The Braves will be taking part in a tournament at Chipley on Saturday. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. South Walton and new coach India Stinson wound up with a rough loss to Crestview in their season opener, then a trip to Gulf Breeze, which is one of the top teams in the area, on a Wednesday. So a tough start for the Hawks, but the district games, again, are really all that matters. And until we start playing those district contests, we really won't have a feel for what teams may be likely to make the state playoffs. So this is Walton and South Walton's district. Let's talk about the Freeport Bulldogs district in volleyball. They are in District 3, which is Region 2 of Class A. Just 4 teams: Freeport, Bozeman, Bluntstown, and Port St. Joe. So only 6 district games in this overall. Last year, Bluntstown was the champion. That sent Freeport to Liberty County in the opening round of the playoffs. Liberty County got the win, but the Bulldogs under Coach Catherine Meyer looking to improve this season and perhaps be one of the better teams. They got off to a rough start this past Monday night, losing at home to a pretty solid Rocky Bayou club, but we'll learn a lot more about Freeport in the next few days. They come to Defuniak Springs on Monday to take on Marla Brooks and the Lady Braves. And speaking of what will be going on in the week ahead, especially Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday, let's bring up our school sports calendar and check out some of the events for this next week. Let's start with Saturday. Actually, we brought up Monday first. Here we go. Now I have the right graphic up. It is the Saturday calendar. Walton's volleyball team playing in the annual Chipley tournament. Now for the Braves, they are in a pool that includes Liberty County and Godby. So they will play a early 8 a.m. game on Saturday against the Liberty County Bulldogs. And then at 11 a.m. they will take on Tallahassee Godby. And where you finish, first, second, or third, moves you on into the medal round pool. Walton has won this tournament a time or two over the years, usually a pretty good measuring stick for the quality, how well your program is going to do. Of course, very early in the season. We're in the first week of the regular season, but Walton expecting to play up to 4 matches, I would believe, 3 to 4 matches in this tournament, so a good experience over at Chipley High School, and we'll have those results on next week's Sports Line as well as in the Defuniak Herald, which I, of course, do the sports for. You can find the full sports calendar in the Herald in the sports section each and every week. And Paxton is also scheduled to take part in a cross-country meet at Northwest Florida State College on Saturday, so Lori Gilbert and company getting that underway. Not a lot of events for Saturday this early in the year, but a couple out of the gate as we're just getting several sports underway over the next couple of weeks. Now back to the Monday part of the calendar, and only a couple of events on Monday the 27th. The big one is our Freeport at Walton volleyball game. That's game of the week number 2. We will tape it. You will see it on Friday around 5 to 5:30. It leads into the Walton South Walton football game from Everett Yates Memorial Stadium. We tape them on Mondays or Tuesdays and then replay the volleyball leading into the live Walton football games during the fall. So an old rivalry. The two teams split last year. Freeport made a great comeback into Defuniak late in the season last year after losing the first 2 sets. They won 3 straight to steal the match from the Braves. This should be an interesting matchup. Our first look at Freeport. We'll see each of Freeport, Walton, and South Walton at least 3 times during our 8-week volleyball game of the week schedules. Only 8 weeks to the volleyball season. Then you hit the 9th week is the district tournaments, and then into the state playoffs by late October. And Walton's middle school volleyball team will host Shoal River at 4 and 5 o'clock. The middle school varsity squad was edged by Freeport on Monday, but then got a win in their next match, where the JV was able to squeak out just past Freeport in the JV match the Monday before on the 20th. So we invite you to go out and catch that. The middle school volleyball team will have several road games in a row before returning home in the next couple of weeks. And on Tuesday, August 28th, we have Walton playing again. They got Freeport on Monday. So an old rivalry between Baker and Walton getting underway on Tuesday. That's usually a very solid match. May try to go out and get some pictures for the Herald and a little video for our Facebook page. Don't forget, you can check out TV24 on Facebook. We have 2 different pages. Kevin Chilcutt runs our news side of it. I do the sports side. We'll try to bring you video clips and information you need on the TV24 Facebook page. South Walton's volleyball team will go to Marianna. Now, Walton winning in straight sets on Tuesday, the 21st. So the Seahawks, who might still be after their first win at this point of the season, will travel over there. The only other Tuesday event is an outdoor event. South Walton and Freeport Golf are set to collide at Windswept Dunes at 3:30 in the afternoon on Tuesday. So we will see if the weather allows that to happen. You never know, because we've had a lot of rain throughout these afternoons. In fact, Coach Moore of the Walton High Braves complaining a bit about how tough it had been on them in practice because you can't keep them outdoors in lightning. Obviously not a good idea to do that. So that walks you through your calendar for Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday. Again, the full calendar appears in the Defuniak Herald each and every week, as well as articles about the high school varsity football games, pictures. I try to do the box scores for all three teams. This week only two teams, with Freeport not playing against Vernon. We'll have schedules, of course, in there on this day to look back in Walton sports history. Freeport, South Walton, Paxton, Ponce included in that as well. Our Did You Know section, region standings, how everybody did on Thursday and Friday, and who they play the next week. We are the main link for sports in Walton County, plus Ponce de Leon, TV 24, and the Defuniak Herald Beach Breeze. Right now we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more after this words from the sponsors of TV 24.
For your halftime entertainment, Mosley High School Sound of the Southland Marching Band. This evening the band performs for the first time their 2018 halftime show, Into the Jungle, featuring music from Disney's Tarzan, the Guns N' Roses hit Welcome to the Jungle, and Jeff Field's one-man show. The Sound of the Southland is under the field direction of drum major John Hare. Band staff includes John Miller, Jamie O'Bedell, and Shanae Holmes. Auxiliary instructors Laura Peebler and Hannah Stewart. Visual instructor Jeremy Johnson. Hornline instructor Jim Colvin, and band chaplain Clay Owens. The band extends special thanks tonight to Mosley Principal Brian Bullock and the Bay District School Superintendent Bill Husto. Drum major John Hare, is your band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, taking us into the jungle, your Sound of the Southland Marching Band.
Let's crack us out another bottle of water.
We're excited to announce the move to our new, much larger store location at 512 North 9th Street, Defuniak Springs, Florida, across the street from Barley's Military Surplus Store and about 3 blocks north of our old store location. Please come see our new store and learn about our plans to expand our operation to include a consignment mall and much more. If you're coming from out of town, it is worth the drive. Come see us soon. It will be a blast.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it once again for your Sound of the Southland Marching Band.
Won't be long.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, would you please direct your attention to the 10-yard line?
At AA Auto Salvage and Recycling, we have the largest selection of pre-owned auto parts in Okaloosa and Walton counties. AA Auto Salvage and Recycling has the best selection of parts from late model cars and trucks, and always for the best prices. Save on engines, transmissions, and body parts too. If you're tired of paying too much for auto parts, visit AA Auto Salvage and Recycling, Highway 1087 in Mossy Head.
As soon as Walton comes out, find them and just follow Walton when they come out. Yeah. They should be back pretty soon.
Hi, I'm Joel Glenn and my wife Paula. We are with Clary Glenn Funeral Homes and Crematory in Defuniak Springs and Freeport. For more than 85 years, Walton County families have relied on the trust, experience, and professional skills of more than 2 generations of funeral directors to help them through life's final chapter. We know that nothing can replace the trust and personal relationships we build with a family. Established in 1931, Clary Glenn Funeral Homes and Crematory.
Mojo Sportswear Company, fishing with style at a fine retailer near you or at getyourmojoon.com.
The kickoff is not far away.
All right, let's take a look at some of the team stats real quick. The Braves finished the first half with 15 yards rushing, and I'm trying to catch up here. 24 yards passing for 28 plays for 39 yards of offense. The Mosley Dolphins finished with 154 yards rushing, 71 passing for 225 yards of offense. The Braves had, let's see here, first downs 4, and Mosley had 13. Braves with 11:57 time of possession, and Mosley the other 12:03. Some of the individual numbers right here. Leading rusher for the Braves was Brian Campbell, 4 carries for 16 yards. Leading rusher for Mosley, Don McKay Jr., 9 carries for 71 yards.
Braves set to kick it away as we start the third quarter. Good foot put into it. Sidewinder fielded on the 16-yard line by the Dolphins. Uh-oh, big hole out to the 40, and then one of the Braves sticks him right at the 42-yard line. Number 12, the return man from the 16 to the 42.
41-yard line.
And who happened to be the kicker for the Braves?
That I'm not sure, Neil. I did not get a chance to catch that. It's going to be a 25-yard return to the 41.
From their own 41-yard line.
And this will be a pretty quick second half because barring injury, you can't use a timeout to stop the clock. And the water break, this clock will run with a 35-0 Dolphin lead the rest of the time, even after scores, unless they do something a little tricky. Quarterback goes to throw, throws high, but it's caught by number 7, and he's racing down the middle of the field to the 30, to the 20, to the 15, to the 5. We got a Dolphin touchdown. Braves overplayed it on defense slightly. Number 7 with the catch. Vino Ellington makes the grab, and it is now 41-0. So the Braves give up a 59-yard touchdown pass on the first play. And the clock keeps running with 10.5 to go. And Walton's secondary, which had it rough last week, still suffering here. We've got a flag on the extra point, so we'll see what happens here. Walton's offsides. And Neil, I said it was number 12 again for the Dolphins. Old Nigel Gray. He's had a big night.
Who caught the pass?
Yes. Was it number 7?
I thought it was 7.
Yeah, you're right. 7. Yeah. Ellington, my bad. He had the first touchdown of the night. Now he's got 2. A 24 and a 59-yard reception. Extra point is up and good at the 10:15 mark.
Cunningham, PAT is up and it's
Cunningham makes it a 42-0 game. We're just going to keep it here because we just came out of a break.
In the third quarter.
And they are now letting the clock run, which they're supposed to. So it's 42-0. Or did he not make the extra point? Did he make it? Or
I thought I saw a signal that it was good.
Yeah. I'll ask Coach Paul. Wasn't the extra point good? Yeah, they just haven't added it. No, they got it. They got it now. 42-0. Steve talked about that one. And, again, a fairly quick second half of coming. The Brave defense, the receiver made a nice grab, but Walton again overplayed it just a tad. They're getting lost back there a little bit. And it's got a lot of kids out there who just have JV experience, haven't played in many varsity games, and it shows against a larger school with more depth and experience. We said there was going to be growing pains, Neil. We weren't lying. There'll be quite a few growing pains this season. But again, this is the largest school and maybe the best that they'll play this season. This kick is going to go out of bounds again. Walton will take it up on the 35.
Free kick. Out of bounds.
Time the Braves run their first play of this quarter, we'll be down to about the 8:20 mark, maybe even more.
Cunningham's kickoff rolls out of bounds.
42-0. It was 35.
Flag comes from the far sideline before the ball is snapped. And procedure on the Braves.
Yeah, not exactly what they needed there.
Third and 19.
Official timeout.
And now they call for the water break. We're just going to keep it here at the 5:57 mark. Neil, was there any other stats you wanted to give? I know we got kind of abbreviated on the Haircrafters halftime stats this week, but just hasn't been a lot positive for the Braves.
Yeah, because if you want to talk offensive numbers, it means we're talking Mosley.
Yeah, they've obviously had a good night with a 42-0 lead. The Braves will be punting at the midpoint mark of the quarter.
Yep, if you want to talk defense, we're talking Mosley too.
Right. Yeah, they've played well. They have not made a lot of mistakes as Mosley, but Walton, they've had some positive offensive plays. The defense, though, has still got a lot of issues. But this was going to be a game that was going to expose that because they're playing a big school with much more experience than Walton had, and probably as much talent as anybody that they'll play this year. You know, you might say Port St. Joe or Bluntstown might be comparable, but they're still rural schools versus a much larger foe. So here we go on 3rd and long. It's not 4th down. Whitehurst throws it and hits.
Incomplete.
Yeah, he hit a Dolphin, I think, that was blitzing, trying to dump it quickly underneath. And it will be 4th down. He didn't have a lot of time trying to hit somebody very quickly. And
for the Braves, number 20.
Bauer back to kick. Line of scrimmage, the 26 after the penalty. And the Dolphins are going to get it back. Braves, Bauer to kick. Return man for the Dolphins at his own 40. Good snap, no rush by the Dolphins. They're going to catch the football on the 47-yard line, and they got a gaping hole to the outside. Cuts it back inside. Walton finally gets him at the 3-yard line. A 50-yard return.
And that was number 7.
Ellington, the former Arnold back, I believe, takes it all the way down to the 3. 50-yard return on a kick that went, I think, 26 yards maybe? No, 31 yards. 4:09 on the clock right now. Actually, we got a flag, so let's see. I think, is this coming back some of the way? Yes, it is. So Neil will have the change in the return yardage. It's going to be a penalty at the 20 of the Braves. We'll mark it to the 30, so it'll be a 33-yard return and a 10-yard penalty. So instead of the 3, the Dolphins have to go a little further from the Braves' 30. Taking over possession right around the 4:20 mark. That's not a big factor in a running clock game. We kind of estimate that. First man, huge hole right side, number 6, off to the races to the 30, to the 25, to the 10, and number 6, I think, may have stepped out at the 7. One of the referees signaling that number 6, Green, stepped out at the 7. No, I'm sorry. Let's try the 2. First and goal on the 2.
So a 28-yard run
for number 6. Clock is at the 2:54 mark and counting. Dolphins already leading 42-0, looking to make it 48. Wanting to throw, they will throw, and it is intercepted. No, incomplete. Walton nearly had an interception. And the Braves' number 1 making the defensive play, Matthew Bearden. That was a good read by Bearden. Probably should have had an interception, but unable to come up with it.
And run up the middle into the end zone, it looked like. Number 5, I think it was
number 6, actually.
6, okay.
Yeah, it was the same man who got him down there. 48-0.
And we got a minute 50 to go on the clock. Remember, the clock is running, so we are almost done with the 3rd quarter.
A 2-yard run, right?
Correct.
2-yard run. Extra point is good. We have a 49-0 score.
Good. 1.5 to go in the 3rd quarter.
And they stop the clock, holding it, and now they let it run. So we'll see how quickly they speed it up to kick the ball off. We might get the kickoff before the end of the 3rd quarter, but that's going to be about it.
If you're missing a phone, and maybe from the Walton side, if you're missing a phone, we have it
So 49-0, 54 seconds and counting left, and they may get the kickoff off before the end of the quarter. Obviously not what we were hoping for the outcome, but Walton was a 30-point underdog in my estimation, and probably should have been a little bit more now looking at it. Got to keep the Braves from just getting too disheartened. You just got to keep... Looks like the kickoff will be the final play of the third quarter, and if so, then we will step aside for the break. Last couple of kickoffs have gone out of bounds, so there may not be much action to even that.
Kickoff for the Dolphins. 15.
This is a better kickoff. Fielded and fumbled on the 5. Walton picks it up from there. We'll try to cut it outside, and that goes for virtually nothing, maybe to the 8-yard line.
Lucius with the kickoff.
15, Lucius with the return, and that's the end of the third quarter. 49-0, Mosley back with a fourth in just a moment.
Everyone loves
The end of the
a
third quarter.
smile. Not everyone can find the dental care they need and can afford. Now there's a place nearby where anyone can receive professional quality dental care at an affordable cost. The Lecom Dental Offices in Defuniak Springs is now accepting patients. You will receive care in comfortable state-of-the-art treatment rooms, care provided by supervised and experienced Lecom dental students. To schedule your appointment, please call the Lecom Dental Office, 850-951-0200. We will be happy to see you smiling again.
Need tires? Where are you going to go? National Tire Brokers. Need brakes? Where are you going to go? National Tire Brokers. Need shocks, an alignment, or balance? You're going to go to National Tire Brokers. Fast, friendly, and affordable. We are a complete auto service center and carry brand name tires such as Michelin, Toyo, Goodyear, Kumho, and Kelly. National Tire Brokers, located on U.S. Highway 90 West in Defuniak Springs, Florida. Call us today at 892-5191.
Concordia Clark, Alex Taylor, Autumn Carson, Jada Powell, Lauren Walker.
Patrick Casey, Neil Reamer with you from Tommy Oliver Stadium. The fight does not go well. It's 49-0, and the Braves are at their own 7-yard line on their second possession. Walton getting somebody on very late.
Caitlin Brady, Dalton Knight.
Send Lucius in motion. Whitehurst wants to throw it kind of off his back foot, and it's almost intercepted.
And Caitlin Condor.
That does get the clock in the period underway with a 49-0 lead for this Mosley team.
2018-2019 varsity cheerleaders.
Yeah, it looks like Neely may have decided to put the ball on the 8-yard line when looking at the chains, but not much difference there. Running clock for the second half. You never like to have that happen. They'll take and give to the fullback, and he's got 10 near a first down. Number 40, Ramirez on the dive. It really wasn't a dive, but it was a decent run. 11 yards to the 19, and he did move the chains. With 10:55 left here in the fourth quarter. Lucius in motion. They will give it back up the middle, and not much this time. Maybe to the 20 or 21. That was 40 Ramirez again.
Josue Ramirez on the carry.
Say Josue Ramirez. I pronounced that wrong earlier. I apologize. Yeah, to the 20.
For the Braves.
Will be 2nd and 9. We'll have a water break stoppage around the 6-minute mark. And other than that, an injury or a timeout. It probably only take about 12 to 15 minutes to play these final 10. Clock just hit 10 minutes even and still running. 2nd and 9 on their own 20. Right side Ramirez to the 25, to the 26 or 7. Went off right side and found a hole.
Ramirez again on the carriers.
Looks like they spot the ball on the 27.
Yeah, you got 7 to be 3rd and 2.
Just need to get the ball to touch the 29-yard line for the first down.
Another nice hole for Ramirez. He's got the first down across the 35 to the 38, maybe 39. Ray's got a first down. They do stop the clock, which makes no sense.
That does make no sense. I think
they got it back going. They're used to stopping it for the first down, so that's why. But I'm sure somebody's sitting there going, no, run that, man. Run that. 8:45 left. 49-0 Mosley. Rough night for the Braves, but we kind of expected it. We weren't wrong. First man drags people across the 42. It might be Ramirez again. And it is. I'll give Ramirez credit. He's carried the ball a lot here of late, and he's made some positive yardage.
Ramirez again on the carry.
To the 42. That's a 3-yard gain.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Clock hits the 8-minute mark of the football game. Right now, 8 minutes even for 2nd and 7 on the 42. And the Braves' deepest penetration was the 30 of the Dolphins in the first half. Send Lucius in motion, rocket toss. He makes a good grab, got a few blockers. He's across the 45, midfield into Dolphin territory near the 49.
15. David Lucius on the carry. Picked up enough for
so from the 42 to the Dolphin 49, and Dan didn't get a great spot there, but it is enough for the first down. Next week, Walton and South Walton, a battle of Region 1 4A foes. And we'll hope for a much better performance next week. Braves have got a lot of work still to do on defense. Not that the offense has been scintillating, but the defense has really struggled to this point. Hand off straight up the middle, couple of yards, hard running near the Dolphin 45. Wait till they unpile off the Walton back. That is 15, Jalen Lucius. To the Dolphin 45. 6.5 minutes to go, and more than likely we'll get the water break after this next play. They'll toss pitch it to the right, and the Dolphins smell it out and drop it at the line of scrimmage. I think that was Lucius.
Again, on the carry.
15 again. That time, no gain. The officials will go to the water break. We'll keep it here again. We'll do a quick wrap-up. We'll take a break at the end of the quarter, assuming we don't have any other timeouts. And we'll do a quick wrap-up. One break at the end of the game, a quick wrap-up, and get out of here. I had to make sure we can get back in the door there. I think they've been punching in codes. We don't want to get locked out. I had to send Emily or Jillian. On the inside, do you have to punch a code in too, or do you just open it from the inside?
No, it's just a normal handle on the inside.
Put one of the girls in there to make sure we can get out of here.
Yep. It kind of makes me wonder a little bit if somebody didn't think that through too well.
I guess they worry a lot about Spider-Man breaking in from the 3rd floor.
I guess so, because, yep, a ladder wouldn't even be able to get you up here.
No, keypad lock on the outside. Yeah, what are they storing in those doors behind us?
All right, well, team's back out on the field. Clock has restarted down to 5:42 to go here in the ball game.
Braves will give it right side. There's a hole. First down to the 40, to the 35, to the 31. A little something for Walton to cheer about late.
Austin Harris on the carry.
That's Austin Harris with the carry this time.
What number was that?
Austin is 44.
44. All right, first time.
Now this is their team. This is Mosley. First charge.
Be a first and 10 at the 31-yard line.
This is our team.
So from the 31, and we actually have a timeout burned.
So who called timeout?
I'm working on that right this moment. That would be, I'm trying to see if they've credited on the board. No, they're not keeping up with that, so I can't tell you. Was that Walton timeout or Mosley? Could you see? Yeah, Coach Paul didn't catch it either, so not sure which one they went with, but one timeout.
Don't know.
No, they don't. They're not keeping them on the board this half. I guess they don't think that's a super big deal. So.
Yep. I don't think so either.
So we had a timeout to stop the clock. Now we're back ready to go with the Braves at the 31-yard line. Uh-oh, bad toss. Lucius didn't get it. And it's recovered by number 15 of the Dolphins with 5:14 to go. That's the problem with those hot rocket tosses sometimes, is they get away from you. And the Braves, I think that's going to be charged to Whitehurst on the pitch more than Lucius, but we'll have to look at it in the film. Dolphins will have it on the 45, and the Braves are on the wrong side of the field. That's how a rough night it is. The referee's having to tell them to get to the other side on defense. Dolphins will have it at their own 45 with 5:14 to go. They will take and give left side, bouncing it out to the 50, to the 46. Near a first down goes the Dolphin ball carrier, number 41. Starting to see them work a few different guys here, and I'm sure on this final drive, which it will almost assuredly be. 41's listed as Trey Powell on my roster. Very temperate night, I'll say that. We've had much worse conditions for a football game.
That's interesting. I had a penalty flag, so...
Yeah, so apparently that's going to nullify the run, and I haven't seen the signal yet.
Yep. Well, obviously on the Dolphins, they marked it all the way back to the...
30. It had to be a hold at the 48, so it's probably a gain of 3 and a 10-yard penalty. It'll be first and 17 on the 38. They're going to throw it left side, complete at the 45. Walton makes the tackle. Good tackle at the 46-yard line. The receiver was number 3.
Tackled by number 20, Josiah Bauer.
Quarterback was number 16.
All right, I'm trying to catch up here. So who caught it?
3 with the reception. I got to give you, it actually wasn't 16. I'll give you the number in just a second. It was number something, well, maybe 14, just a second. 34 is playing quarterback on that play. Can't swear that's who had it the play before, but I think so. And he is down to the 42-yard line.
Again, 33, Sean White on the deck.
3:25 and counting. 42, first and 10. It is 34. He throws underneath, and it's caught by
25.
Again, we're talking numbers because Neal scores the stats.
Tackle made by number 15, Jalen.
Currently playing quarterback is Joey Garrett, if the chart is right, and that's a big if.
The ball at the 37-yard line, so that was a gain of 5 yards. 2nd and 5 for the Dolphins.
Wanting to throw, hit as he throws, and it's behind his man to nowhere. Walton got a good lick for one of the few times tonight. Be 3rd and 5 with 2:35 left here in the ball game.
3rd down and 5 yards to go. Corey,
Now, one thing I got to say, this 2018 Walton Braves season is off to a good start as far as weather is concerned. It's very pleasant here tonight.
It is very nice weather for this early in August to play a game. A little bit of motion there. They'll run it left side, and Walton's got him for a loss of a yard. Walton defense caught number 41 for a loss of 1. Maybe 2. We'll see the spot. 2 minutes left. 49-0 Mosley.
Nope, they put it back at the line of scrimmage. No loss.
Yeah, obviously Mosley playing a lot of their reserves right now, numbers we didn't see till this drive.
It is now 4th and 5. Trying to draw the Braves off sides.
And they did not succeed. They had a legal motion. It's going to back them up 5. For some reason, they have stopped the clock with 1:32 to go, which shouldn't be happening, but apparently they want to make sure the Dolphins can run their 4th down play here, which they still would have been able to. Playing with the clock a little bit, and there's no reason to have it stopped with a 49-0 lead. I don't think the head referee was amused by that either.
Yep. Well, 4th and 10 now for the Dolphins.
From the 42-yard line. A little bit of a juggled snap. Oh, and he's hit and sacked for one of the few times tonight. Walton makes a defensive play. And one number 5 of the Braves, one of the first men there, Cody Yates. And that turns it over on downs with 1 minute left.
Turnover on downs.
Braves might have time for a 1 play. Nice sack back to midfield. And they still haven't put the football down, kind of like they're saying, hey, let's just run the final 40 seconds out without another play. It is on the 50, so a sack of 8 yards. Braves record, I think, their first quarterback sack of the season. Wouldn't that be, Neal? Or second? So. Maybe second? Yeah, no, first. I think it is the first. They might have time for 1 play.
East side of the stadium, behind the fence.
Still Whitehurst under center with 15 seconds. 1 play from midfield. They'll give it to number 32, the right side, and he is to the 40, to the 35, to the 33-yard line for number 32, Kenny Braswell, a junior, and that is going to be your ball game. 49-0 is our final score. We are going to step away for 2 minutes, and come back to wrap it up. More football, actually the post-game show, in just a moment.
The world around you is changing. Are you ready? With many programs a year or less at Emerald Coast Technical College, you can have a career in a year. Emerald Coast Technical College is committed to empowering students and powering the future. Focused training, small classes, individual training, nationally accredited, financial aid, and GED. Emerald Coast Technical College graduates develop up-to-date technical skills and earn industry certifications that allow them to start their career as soon as they complete, sometimes before. Emerald Coast Technical College, a career in a year.
Everyone loves a bright and cheerful smile. Not everyone can find the dental care they need and can afford. Now there's a place nearby where anyone can receive professional quality dental care at an affordable cost. The Lecom Dental Offices in Defuniak Springs is now accepting patients. You will receive care in comfortable state-of-the-art treatment rooms, care provided by supervised and experienced Lecom dental students. To schedule your appointment, please call the Lecom Dental Office, 850-951-0200. We will be happy to see you smiling again.
93 minutes of tape. Mm-hmm. Stand by. We return to Tommy Oliver Stadium, 49-0, your final score. Neil, some quick numbers, and we're out of here.
All right, team stats here. The Braves finished this game with 74 yards rushing, 24 passing for 98 yards of offense. Mosley finished with 191 yards rushing, 142 passing for 333 yards of offense. The Braves ended up with 9 first downs, 16 for the Dolphins. The time of possession, 24-18 for the Braves, and 23-42 for the Dolphins. Braves with 1 turnover, none for the Dolphins. Some quick player numbers here. The Braves quarterback passing the football, leading passer Jalen Lucius, 1 of 1 for 24 yards. Dalton Whitehurst went 0 for 7 throwing the football for 0 yards. Leading rusher was Ramirez, 15 carries for 41 yards. Lucius added 17 yards, Brian Campbell 16, Kenny Braswell 15, and Mike Kent 14. The only receiver was Kazari Freeman, had the 1 catch for 24 yards. On Mosley's side, the quarterback, Michael Maddox, was 4 of 7 for 129 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Leading rusher Don McKay Jr., 9 carries for 71 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tyrone Francis, 3 for 44 yards, and Jakari Green, 2 for 30 yards and a touchdown. Leading receiver Davino Ellington, 2 catches for 82 yards and 2 touchdowns. Alex Noble, 2 catches for 47 yards and a touchdown. And that is your stats for the night.
Not pretty for the Braves, 49-0 your final. Next week they will host South Walton, come back to the friendly confines of Everett Yates Memorial Stadium. The Seahawks have a game with Arnold on Friday night, and we'll get a chance to size them up. We'll tape that game. You'll see it on Tuesday. This game will re-air on Saturday at 10 a.m. after Saturday Sports Line. Neil, obviously a lot to work on, but we knew playing probably the biggest school, maybe the best school they'll face this season, it was going to be rough. It was rough, but, again, don't judge them by this game. Next week, playing a team in their own region will be much more of a measuring stick.
Yeah, because you can't really take anything away from what you saw tonight, because Braves matched up against a much bigger opponent. So all I can really say, on the positive side, the Braves have a lot of different players that they're getting to contribute. So that's a good thing right there. The Braves kind of hung in there. I didn't see them quitting. I didn't see them getting down or discouraged. So that also says good things, that this team has got some room to improve, and that they will.
All right, 49-0 your final. I want to thank Kevin Chilcutt for running the board, Neil Reamer for doing the stats. I'm Patrick Casey. We also had Emily and Jillian Casey running the camera. A quick night, not a good one for the Braves, but they'll be back here in 5 weeks to play Rutherford, a team they might be a little more evenly matched up with. Saturday Sports Line, Saturday at 9 a.m. We'll look at all the scores from around the area, show you the highlights of the games, talk about volleyball as well. Once again, the Mosley Dolphins 49, the Walton Braves 0 from the new Tommy Oliver Stadium. We appreciate all our sponsors helping to sponsor live football back to Walton County. You had a chance to watch this one if you didn't make the trip, and they had a fair amount of fans that did so. That's going to wrap it up for the game number 1 of the regular season. Next week, back home for South Walton. We will see you then. You've been watching the only place where you can see all the action, TV 24, hometown television in Defuniak Springs.
Everyone loves a bright and cheerful smile. Not everyone can find the dental care they need and can afford. Now there's a place nearby where anyone can receive professional quality dental care at an affordable cost. The Lecom Dental Offices in Defuniak Springs is now accepting patients. You will receive care in comfortable state-of-the-art treatment rooms, care provided by supervised and experienced Lecom dental students. To schedule your appointment, please call the Lecom Dental Office 850-951-0200. We will be happy to see you smiling again.
The Braves were sitting at the 26 a few moments ago, and now a illegal procedure call, so there's penalty number 3. Only 20 yards on the Braves so far tonight. That's good because the Braves have averaged 66 yards a game in penalties. Tonight only at 20, so well below their season average. Now at the 39-yard line, and it is second down, and the Braves need to get to the 22-yard line.
Delay.
Brown to the 35, Brown to the 30. Hard running by Devlone Brown. Brown, a 5'6" sophomore, weighing in at 180 pounds. And he has got some nice moves. And, Neil, this could be a weapon going into the Baker game the way he's running. He may be a surprise back to throw at the Gators.
Well, you can expect the Gators have got somebody here tonight keeping an eye on things. So
yeah, but besides, they can always watch our broadcast if they don't, because we'll be replaying this game on Monday as well. Something that some of the Walton coaching staff are not too thrilled that they are on TV as much as they are. They'll lay it out right side. Pass is complete by Marquis Holmes, and Holmes out of bounds around the 10-yard line.
Looks like about the 9-yard line will be the spot of the ball.
Marquis Holmes with a huge catch for a first down.
And another third down conversion for the Braves.
And you are right, they will spot it. Well, let's see. It may be sitting, yes, it's just inside the 10. So to the 9-yard line, that's a 22-yard reception by Holmes. 139 yards passing on the night for Nelson. First and goal from the 9. Time getting short in the ball game.
6:56, clock is stopped.
They'll take and give to Brown. Brown to the 5. Brown to the 2. To the 1-yard line goes Devlone Brown. 8